Hello, hello, hello. Oh,
hello.
Hey. Hi. Hold on.
Hello.
There we go. Sorry, the cameras weren't. They kept flicking on and off. And then I see Dodgers here, so now I can turn off the pre-cam for her. And hello. Okay, how's everyone? How are we doing?
Are we?
Hi.
Hello, is this the real hello now?
This is that was the real hello.
I'm not sure if I should say.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to. I'm not gonna. Yeah.
You're gonna say,
everything's
sorry,
on.
they couldn't hear you next or some shit.
Oh, Shayne, yeah. You're one here as well.
Oh, Tomato, you forgot to turn the light on in your room.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, they actually, they all went out.
Oh no.
Oh, that's really
even
sad.
the monitors.
Yeah. I got a little bike pedal. I've got a little bike beneath
Nice.
my desk. It's like a hamster wheel kind of scenario. That's how I'm charging up my microphone.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fair.
Welcome out everyone to episode 38. So I'm just doing Shayne's camera quickly. We will dive in a moment to some Dungeons and Dragons.
Really?
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Get a system. Go on. Get a system.
It's not toxic
man.
Sunday
It's,
here.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
it literally is. It's still Sunday.
It fucking comes over here. Sorry.
He's here.
It does.
It's
It comes here.
Dark.
We raid into Joe. We bring it with us. I don't
I
know.
know.
And you know what? You're
I
welcome.
really feel it.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're
The
welcome.
engagement that you receive from it, you're welcome.
Hey,
So I
boys.
doesn't even,
Boys.
so I doesn't even stream. Just to clarify, Joe. Nor raid you.
That's true. Okay.
That's kind of sad. That's true.
Sorry, I'm just telling you the last minute.
No, it's because I'm
You know
doing
how
this
it
at the
is.
same time,
Sunday
so
all
I can't shit on you guys back. I have to do the camera.
Now's our
Give me a
chance.
second.
He's like defenseless, dude.
Yeah, I can't multitask like this.
He can't
And
do
okay, it's
anything.
good. You
He's
said,
a
wait, did
turtle
you
on
not
his
say leave him
back.
alone? Yeah, my man. Okay, you know what? You know what? You find a legendary item.
Dude, this guy's trying to be around for 2 years. I'm telling you right now, dude.
Yeah.
Trying to get that guest extension, man. Fuck.
We already got a guest right here. We got two right now.
Mm-hmm.
True.
All right. With that out of your system, does anyone have anything they want to shout out?
Nah.
Does anyone who I care about have anything they want to shout out?
Oh my god.
sorry.
Dude,
Now I don't know if I
You
should
brought
speak,
it
so
here.
if you care.
Okay. Okay, then let's just play Dungeons and Dragons, shall we?
Yes.
So, we got a recap, and I can't believe Sam said he would do it. That's very kind. All right, Sam, take us away.
Had that?
I heard it in between the.
He's actually talking about it
It's
the
in the-
entire Toxic Sunday session.
He was really nervous going into this. He kept
He
bringing
was.
it up during
I'm
stream.
ready to bring what Joe needs to the table for this one.
He can't find it. Oh, he's pretending not to.
No.
He's pretending he can't hear
Wait,
us.
where is it?
Weaponized
Which
incompetence.
chat is it in?
It's not in the
Put it
group
in
chat.
the channel.
No, it's in the.
Sunforged.
It's in the
I
actual
believe in
channel.
you. You got this.
He was worried this would happen too. He's so embarrassed right now.
It
Right.
is no rumor
Oh my god.
that last
The whole thing?
we
Times two.
Dude, I'm like
Speed,
back in
man.
second grade.
I'm gonna
we
vomit.
encountered
Open the options, turn up to 1.5.
the weird creature
Sounded
known
Oh, come on.
as Jerry. After
Dude,
a
First grade.
what's going on?
all
Why-
over.
I was
why-
frustrated
what's
in school
happening?
when this happened then.
What's
and
happening?
I'm frustrated
This is
now.
what we
Oh,
find
you
out
want us
Sam
to
is
Why
stop
am I
gonna
being
read.
attacked? Why am I being attacked? I'm just doing my best.
Nothing. I'm sorry.
Your best isn't good enough, okay?
Sam.
That's it.
I said it was good enough. Shit.
It's no rumor that last we left off, we encountered the weird creature known as Jerry. After a grueling battle against him, we killed off his beast and decided to knock him out. While he was unconscious, Carlisle performed surgery on him and removed the spiky tooth-like spherical device in his stomach. This resulted in him transforming back to his previous form. We learned that a creature lived in the hole. Jerry fell down, but decided to pursue the big meal that Jerry had promised largest. Upon finding a farmstead, we left Jerry behind and went to finally find Teppy. On the way, however, we stopped at the hole with intent to go down.
Right.
And it was back in the cave where you fought Jerry that all of you had gathered around near the hole that you had left previously. The one that Jerry had fallen down and found this tooth-like conker shell in the first place. In this room outside of the hole as well, Jerry did in fact leave his giant pack and
His loot.
I believe it was largest got his ring. But he
I
he,
took
he,
the nose
he,
ring.
he left he left his pack. But below you stands this dark cavern that expands downward 100 feet to get out of the actual hole, and then probably another 30 or so feet before dropping into a cave down in the depths of the Underdark. You had seen, some of you at least who have dark vision and can peer down far enough, had seen, or no, it was Indras's familiar, seeing through its vision. You had seen that across the walls, various meals that Teppy had kind of gathered and eaten, kind of old body parts or bones pierced against the walls of the cavern going downward. But you are gathered around, waiting to go down. So, the floor is yours. What would you like to do?
Looks down hole.
We have a safe way to descend a incline this steep, because I don't know how many of you have practice in climbing like this, but little dangerous.
I was just gonna jump.
I'm not as concerned about you given the height of this fall, but for many of us here, it would be possibly the last fall we ever
I
had.
mean, I might twist my ankle.
Just remember to bend your legs when you hit the ground.
Don't knock your knees.
Oh,
I suppose there are spells to slow us down when we get down there. It's whether or not we can see before landing.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe Jerry had something in his pack, right? Because the DM mentioned it. Walks over to giant
Apes
pack.
through pack. Yeah.
Yeah. What if he's got like a large rope or something? I don't know, a net.
What? Yeah. A net.
hey,
I'm not sure Jerry was a very
Touching
tool-oriented person.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if Jerry had anything that would help us get down this hole.
okay, I guess that's fine.
To determine what was in Jerry's pack, there's a little bit of a table among some other things. But to see what
Wow.
randomized things are inside his pack first, I'm going to need 3 1d12s rolled. Let's say who wants to roll one each. Who?
I'll roll
I did
one.
enough rolling last week.
I'll
I'm
roll
done.
one.
I'm a bit
3.
rolled out.
3. So this pack itself is
I'll roll one.
about the size of a person. It's genuinely probably bigger than that actually. It's probably the size of at least a couple of you put together. As it is a little kind of rucksack that Jerry would have at his belt or on his back. The first thing you rummage around and through and find is you lift out this skull. And the skull has this almost like kind of long, elongated jaws, almost like it's kind of shark-like in the front of it, where these big teeth kind of push forward. Big bulbous eyes on the side, where kind of the eyes were, but the sockets. And the skull sharpened and heavy on the top, almost a bit like gridded going back. But it's a heavy, big skull right in the depths of his backpack. Feel free to roll nature if you want to know what it is, if you can work it out.
5.
Big skull, big monster skull.
It looks like
Big
a
skull.
big skull.
Well, that is quite a large skull.
That is bones.
That is bones. Well, the doctor said.
That is bones.
Who wants to do next D12?
Dodger.
I got it. Bink. Hey!
Every time.
I love that I'm consistent at least.
Yep,
The one.
you are.
Incredible. It's actually
you-
impressive.
I know.
The bone was almost there to hold everything down in place, the skull. You come across this one section, almost its own pocket, and you pick out 5 great wheels of cheese. There's like a
Ooh.
couple of pungent ones. He's clearly stolen these at some point. You've probably been there when he's done it, largest. Maybe like a little kind of cart or halfling who's strolled way too close to this valley. But big wheels of cheese, like fully like intact. Maybe a couple of them have bite marks in them from where he's clearly just taken a
Nope.
snack.
I know cheese ages all right, but I also know that cheese doesn't really like being in room temperature for months.
True.
Just kind of hanging out. How's the condition of this?
I was also going to ask this.
It's a good question.
This cheese should be rancid.
Sniff check.
Unless it's like special.
Yeah, it's definitely there's elements
that one's a blue.
of it being kind of like sticky to the side where it's kind of pushed against it. But the cheese in general is wrapped
It's
up.
like lint.
It's kind of wrapped up in its own kind of casing, so they've actually put it into this kind of almost like paper-like casing.
Okay.
So this isn't loose cheese.
No.
Right.
Although the one that he's bitten
Menu
into,
band.
the one that he's bitten into
like
definitely
wax.
is stinking, and it has a bit of mold kind of growing out of it, like it's all patchy across the inside of the backpack.
If it's a hard cheese,
It
though,
was-
you could just cut that mold off. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's-
this is perfectly good cheese, guys.
He's bitten into one with the kind of like paper casing on as well, and you can see where he's just chewed straight through that.
You just ate them.
But it's mostly intact inside of its kind of shell, but there's a bit of funk to it.
That's our pocket cheese.
Oh,
We were saving it for later when it gets real stinky.
good to know.
And then let's get another D12.
Gotta be Desmond. He's our lucky boy.
Yeah,
Desmond's a
Desmond's
Lucky boy, lucky
There
boy.
could be anything of value in that sack.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. More cheese?
Yo,
You find 5 more wheels of cheese.
Carson!
More
This
cheese.
one's crackers.
Reroll. We'll give you a reroll.
Out of cheese.
Dude, you can just give us more cheese. It's okay.
Two and three. Let's go.
Okay.
Crackers, dude.
We rolled a 1, 2, and a 3 out of
Oh
12.
my
What is this?
You reach around down
Incredible.
to the bottom, and you would pull out. You think at first it is more cheese because it stinks. But as you're pulling them
It
out,
sucks.
you recognize these massive pairs of sandals that are like the size of your body. As you're kind of pulling them out, so you get a giant pair of old sandals. Sandals.
I'm
even,
not
sorry.
sure why we expected to get anything better out of Jerry's bag.
No.
To
Yeah,
be frank.
Jerry's stuff.
However, below all of that, there does seem to be this, this almost kind of grayish looking net right at the bottom. It's kind of it's like a deep gray, almost wet to the touch, large net.
Why is so much of his stuff
Lots of
wet?
nasty. Lots of
Yeah.
nasty
Is he just like a
vibes
sweaty
in the
dude
air.
and he just was like,
bag. I don't know.
Perpetually soggy bag full
pull
of
out net.
cheeses and nets.
That's my wet bag full of cheese.
my
and
wet
yes,
bag.
of
Cheeses
course.
and
Is this not what wet bag means?
Yeah. Exactly.
okay, we take the net. We pull
That
out
does
the
seem
giant net.
to that of all the things there, that does seem to be magical. It's
Desmond,
laying
what
off
do you
a
think this
thing
is?
off.
He's just.
He's gone. Vacant stare.
Yeah.
Do you know if this hole wasn't straight down, it was more of an incline, you could sort of sit on the sandal like a sled. And-
You couldn't pay me enough.
No.
I mean, I
go
wouldn't.
On your feet.
No, I know, dear. It's because we're quite small compared to the sand. So,
Yeah, they wouldn't fit anyway.
no, yes, dear.
Well, none of that helps us with getting down there.
well,
at
what
all.
if? Hmm.
Yeah.
Either way, I do think it is obviously, unless we can get some kind of light down there beforehand, it'd probably be better if we
I can
went
help with
in.
that.
How far can your trick go, V?
I could jump down and check how deep it is.
Either way, we should probably lead with V's thing.
40 feet radius, basically, of light. 20 light, bright, 20 bright, 20 dim.
I mean, I'm also
I can
curious,
talk.
how far can you send it?
Oh.
Yeah,
before
can you
that
like put it on
Oh.
a
Can
rock
you
and drop
think I
get
can
it
just
close enough to the
drop it.
floor that we can see it?
Yeah,
know?
I think I could just put it on a rock and drop it. I also,
Yeah, you
for
just
what
put
it's
it on
worth, I
something,
can
right?
see 120 feet in this
So,
dark.
can you see the bottom?
And yeah, if I look in the hole, can I see in the bottom?
Definitely
Can I
not.
see to the bottom?
I mean, I saw the
no,
bottom
you-
with Sestina, so.
You could. It is
Okay.
shades of grey down there, so it's difficult to make out because
50?
even though you can see it,
Yeah.
thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for appreciating my
you
joke.
look, I didn't appreciate it. You look off the edge, and You see the base of the
I
floor.
acknowledged it. I did not appreciate it.
The ground itself at the base looks to be filled with
Yeah.
various smaller kind of stalagmites.
Okay.
Tiny ones all across the place, almost like pins on the floor. But it's hard to kind of make out because you are still, even though you can see 120 feet into dark places as gray, you're still looking 120 feet downward. It's hard to make any serious detail checks out, but it does look like it's a hole that drops into an open cave. So there's nothing of interest directly below you. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
This hole's a hole.
That's a
That's
hole.
guys.
It's a hole.
Take that to the bank.
Yeah, I can do light on a rock and drop it down. It's gonna be like Dark Souls when you drop the rainbow rocks to see.
And if it makes a nasty noise, you're not
yeah,
going.
exactly. Yeah, should I do that? I'll
Yeah,
grab a
why not?
rock.
Yeah.
I'll cast
Yes,
the light cantrip on it,
yes.
and I will drop it into the hole.
Okay. You cast the cantrip, drop it.
Mhm.
You see it kind of light up the side. For everyone else now, you're actually seeing the body parts and the bones that are embedded into the
Oh.
side of the wall. And you see it as it ting, ting, echoing through the cave. But it lights up the bottom section of the hole itself. There is nothing to be seen beyond. You can make out the fact that the light clearly illuminates just past the gaps of the hole. You can see that it's definitely illuminating this cave below, but there's nothing directly below you to be illuminated beyond these stalagmites. What you might be able to make out now, though, with a little bit of color, a little bit of light on them, is the stalagmites aren't made of rock. They're made of tooth. And they have this almost keratin-like look to them. Rotten, decaying teeth, but teeth nonetheless.
Are we about to hop in a mouth?
Yeah,
guys?
and there was.
Oh, holy
and
shit,
remember,
yeah.
Jerry like drew a mouth or
Wait a
something. Like
minute.
when I
Wait,
sent Sestina
yeah.
down,
Oh no.
it was growing. The rock was growing into the side of the hole / the
Yeah.
side of the hole was growing over the rock, and then I saw like a mouth, and Jerry was like, "I made that."
Yeah,
Isn't that what he said? Right?
Carved
Yeah.
a big mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the bodies, how are they hewn into the sides of the hole? You said the body, do they look like they're like caught on teeth, like someone was eating?
Roll
Good
a perception check. No, I'm going to say
He's walking it back.
investigation. Because
I'm gonna do a dental check.
Investigation.
Negative
This is
one
more
on that.
of
How did
a-
I
you
was
roll
going to
this?
help you. but
perception
I
is to
cannot help
see.
now.
Investigation is to work things out. And this is kind of you trying to...
He is kind of worked.
Does
yeah,
it
that
look
makes
I-
like
can I
they
help?
got bit?
You can help.
Can I
well,
help?
Someone else can roll it entirely because I have a -1 on investigation. V would
Yeah,
like
I can help.
voice, like how are the
I'll
bodies?
roll.
How are the bodies staying like that?
Androssa's got a book out in the dark, and she's sketching
Slay.
based on what she remembers
Mm-hmm.
and what she can see from down there. 22.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Beautiful.
The rocks themselves look like rocks and look like kind of jagged stone as like a hole just kind of naturally formed. It looks like when Jerry pushed any of these body parts into the wall or pushed any of these bones in, it's not a case of delicately impaling something. It's more he has literally kind of crushed bone into rock by like pummeling it over and over. So it does look to me not
He was
necessarily be
bored.
done through like
Okay.
the chewing of a mouth, far more like
Okay.
the sensibility of
Just-
a giant.
Classic
Got
Jerry.
it. Okay.
Did it look when I sent Sestina down on the way, out? Did it look like you said? It looked like the rock was like the rock was growing around the rock. The rock was stuck in the thing. Like, did it look like? Was it rock around it, or was it like something else like growing around it and it was stuck? Like, did it look like?
You saw through Sestina's eyes,
Nah.
right?
Yeah.
Let me get her up a second. Let me double check. Does she have normal sight or is it only blind?
She's blind sight, and she has I don't know because I don't have a sheet open, but I can look.
She would have just been able to make out the kind of general, like, kind of shapes, not colors. Her blind sight allows her to kind of see
Sure.
almost like an echolocation in a sense, right? Like that's how I
Yeah, yeah.
picture it, far more so. So you wouldn't really necessarily be able to know the difference between if it was rock or not.
Okay.
I'd like to cast clairvoyance
Okay.
and especially now that I can see down there,
Mm-hmm.
like see a spot that I would want to plant it. And hold on, I'll just click it
Okay.
Excuse me.
and put a sensor down there and see what it looks like through clairvoyance.
Okay.
Cool.
We guess how you choose seeing and hearing. Creature that can see the sensors. Does it mention now that the sensors? Let me see. I'm just seeing if it has dark vision or anything.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
sure.
just pitch black now. I can't see shit.
No. You use the chosen sense as though you were in its space.
Yeah, so it's my
However,
eyes, I guess.
There is a light down there.
There's light, yeah.
Give me
40
a
40-foot radius.
perception check then.
Okay.
I believe in you. You got this.
Oh, God.
You got the one out of the way.
A
dude.
10.
I will use an ability to boost that
Okay.
for you, because that's a pretty rough one.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
great.
So
I'm not a peepers sort of guy, unfortunately.
I have expertise in this, so I'm gonna add 2d8. Only a 7, so you got a 17.
17 is much better than a 10. The
Wow, dude, judgmental.
well, no, just in that way DCs work. You would have this kind of moment, like maybe it's Carlisle kind of telling you to what to look out for. But you'd have this moment where you look through the sensor, and it's planted down there, and as you kind of scan around, you can see that this room itself has almost this ritualistic element to it, like the bones laid out in the shape of a smile. It looks like there's more like growths growing off of the rocks themselves. The tooth almost like breaking through stone. And the rock, the kind of like vulture-like creature, is into the wall itself. It's hard to make out what's the material forcing it, but it looks like almost like the wall has grown into it. And its body's almost like missing a portion of it inside the rock itself. And it's kind of hanging there. Kind of embedded into the wall itself. But
Okay.
I would say with that, you would be able to make out that it doesn't look like these kind of these toothy portions and whatnot are natural, but it does seem like they have grown into rock itself. And they're also disjointed. It's not in like the shape of a mouth, those ones in particular. Only the ritualistic kind of planting of bones is in the shape of anything.
Can I swap to hearing? Just to see if I hear anything while I have the sensor up.
Yeah, absolutely. Need to check something. You swap to hearing.
Oh,
No, you go.
I was just gonna ask if Desmond could identify the net.
The net.
We might be able to use
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The magic?
And the cheese.
It's
Yeah,
magic.
identify the cheese
And the
and the
cheese.
You
sandals.
can identify the cheese
sandals
and the
too?
sandals, and then also the net.
If you want to identify
And my
cheese, you need to be a halfling. But for the net, because it's not magical. The net, though, yeah, you can spend your time looking in it, and this is what you have.
Actually, nasty
Okay.
piece of shit net right there.
Wow.
Sludge.
A Sunder Sludge net by the Griffin Saddlebag.
Oh, it's like slimy. It's World of Goo.
Nasty.
Does anyone want to read it, or should I?
What's our description?
I can read it.
That's a
read.
You
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
big
under-
description.
You read it.
Yeah,
Dad.
you could have given
Come
us like a
on.
TLDR on this one. You want us to read it?
Like kids in school.
Let me just.
I've never seen so much
We are
net
so
description in this.
Teacher, I'll read the next
Sticky
chapter. Looks the next chapter. It's one
yeah.
paragraph.
Teacher, I'm good.
Yeah.
This is the moment in school where, in order to just get us through something, I would be like, fine, I'll read
Yeah, I feel that.
Every time.
I already said I'd do
Nobody
it.
seriously-
I'll
Hey,
do
You
it.
go,
You did.
you go.
Hell
Yeah,
You're good.
Dodge already said.
Yay!
Okay. The net is a weapon and is uncommon. This gelatinous
see.
net is made with the enchanted remains of a gray ooze. A creature takes 1d6 acid damage when it's restrained by the net, and again at the end of each of its turns, it remains restrained. If the creature is wearing non-magical metal armor, its armor is partly corroded and takes a permanent and cumulative -1 penalty to the AC it offers whenever it takes acid damage at the end of one of its turns. The armor is destroyed if the penalty reduces its AC to 10. A creature other than you who touches the net takes 1d6 acid damage. The net's sticky composition makes it more difficult to escape than a mundane one. A creature can use its action to make a DC 13 strength check, freeing itself or another creature within its reach on a success. The net has resistance to all damage types, dealing 10 slashing damage to the net. AC 12 also frees the creature without harming, ending the effect and tearing the net apart. The torn net is harmless if more than half of the net can be salvaged and stored within a container large enough to hold 1 gallon of liquid for 12 hours. The net is repaired and can be used once more. Your attunement to the net ends if the net remains destroyed for longer than 2 days. You're immune to damage from the net while you're attuned to it. Picking up the net after throwing it renders it harmless until the next time that you throw it. The net doesn't deal any acid damage if no creature is attuned to it. The texture was ooze-like and numbing to the touch, but make no mistake about it. Despite the numbing sensation, the sizzle and crackle of boiling flesh was more than enough to know he was in trouble.
Gross.
So that's why the bag was wet.
Yes.
I like that it mends itself.
Hydrated.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't eat that cheese, guys.
You don't want gray ooze cheese?
About that cheese.
But no, the net
Gross.
is not there as a rope, but it is a little useful.
It's
way.
cool.
It's gross.
Armor, it's
Anywhere.
gross.
We're reaching the point where attunement slots is starting to
You
disappear.
tapped.
Starting
Yeah.
to go away.
That's true.
Sell it.
The mix and match.
I mean, I
Um,
get plenty of those.
That's
Yeah,
true.
right.
Dude,
I have a
So-
bunch.
so-
I just can't use
Sticky
most
net.
of these things.
You want a
I
fun
could make
net,
a
man?
net
You want-
launcher.
Nasty
I
sludge
could make a
net?
net launcher.
Dude, that'd be
gadget, in
amazing.
fact.
That would
Mhm.
actually
Yeah,
That'd be
launch
really
it.
Cool.
When you change the sensor to hearing, you can hear the faint sounds of just wind in the dark tunnels. There seems to be kind of a darker tunnel that this is a cave that's connected to a much larger cavern behind you, which you can hear from the whistling sounds of wind. But you can also hear in the direction where the rock was, the soft sounds of it kind of like turning its head and letting out kind of soft gargles and kind of like curiously. You'd also seen it when you were in the sight that it was looking in the direction of the sensor because it was looking at the light. It's conscious.
I would relay everything I saw and heard to everyone,
Okay.
and then drop it.
How wide is the hole?
The hole itself,
Mhm.
I believe we made it. It was like about
It's big.
It was gigantic, wasn't it?
yeah,
On the
it was
map.
huge.
at least
right?
15 feet, closing on 20, like probably 15 to 18 feet.
Big enough for me to fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Still tight squeeze, but
Right. Well, what are we just going to get some ropes out and sort of, I don't know, shimmy down? She just makes a vague hand gesture because she has no idea how to climb down a rope.
I just jumps.
You're gonna jump?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How are you jumping? Do you just stand beside?
Joe's face.
Do you just stand beside and then leap, or what do you
Just fucking straight
do? Step
vertical.
off the.
Jump in like I'm diving.
You dive?
That is gonna be the full amount of damage.
Not when you hit the ground. Just
Head
straight
first,
like a fucking pencil, man.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna.
Dives.
Beautiful.
You're technically
But not
falling
head
the
first.
same amount of distance as someone jumping at the same place. You're a little larger, so there might be a little bit of a less impact, but still a big impact.
Oh God.
You would take.
Largest
I'm just gonna die on impact. That's not bad.
Bro.
Hey, you know what?
It's been real,
Nice
dude.
cushion down
If
there.
you land, though, like with like your arms out and standing up, that's less distance for us to fall.
Your impaled corpse on the bottom of all those spikes is
You
going to
would
make a nice
take-
cushion for all of us. And so that's really thoughtful.
Okay, and then
Oh, he's rolling a lot of numbers.
yeah, you would take.
You just did a big jump.
No,
What
but
did
like
you
from
think
my
was gonna
perspective, it's like a 10-foot drop. It's a nothing for me.
No, you're still dropping about 140 feet.
Yeah, but like how tall are you, right? You'd be like, well, that's like.
30 or
Well, no,
40
but
feet
how
tall.
tall of you
dead.
is different because.
No, I know, but I'm saying like if you looked down, you'd be like, well, still, it's like.
if you'd grabbed the
multiple
edge
views.
and dangled off, it would have been less. However, because that's
Praying
what
for
I
you,
asked.
bro.
I see.
You would take
Oh,
You
God.
thought about it.
65 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's not great.
And could you give me a
Uh-oh.
dexterity
Saving throw. There it is.
I don't know.
Ooh, I don't like those.
There it is.
See, like, what if that was like strength though?
Nah, bro.
Dexterity.
We're gonna see.
Nah.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
not bad, not
Okay.
bad.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Ungodly.
You would. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna reduce the damage by 15, and have you land on your feet. You still feel the ricochet,
There you go.
and your bones kind of shake a little bit, but you don't break anything. You don't fall prone. You
You bite your tongue.
and you feel like your whole like you get this shooting pain through your body, and you realize you still jumped a pretty damn high height. It just yeah, it was less of a thump.
Wow, I
man.
did
You
not
can
really
take it.
expect him to jump that.
I thought we'd. All right.
I'm good.
Are you good?
You're definitely in a
Really?
tighter cavern, where your head would hit the ceiling. But you can now see. You don't have dark vision, do you? Actually, so you're only seeing the kind of the light that's projecting.
He smacks his head on
Oh
the
my
floor.
God.
The light is softly protruding against the wall, and you can kind of make the makeshift elements of this rock. But this cave is not super big. You can definitely see where portions in the back corners as well, where Jerry's kind of gathered things. But there seems to be like an exit kind of hole at the back as well, where the cave entrance kind of weaves outward and goes down into a different section. But you're now down there. Yeah, you've made it down.
I didn't bend my knees.
Wait, that was like
You
the
should've.
last thing you told him.
I forgot.
Well,
It's safe though, you can jump too.
Do not
I
jump down
don't
there.
think I'm going to jump at all.
Just stay put. When I get down there, I'll take a look at you, okay?
Okay.
What if you need the splint? What?
I can't make one of those for him.
But like it'd be huge.
I definitely can't make one of those for him. Not
There's,
out
like,
of rocks.
You find like 2 ladders.
2 trees.
we
Yeah,
definitely need someone down there that can actually see.
I can see.
It's
I
really
thought-
dark
I
down
can
here.
as well. I mean, I can just go. I'm fine to get down there on my own.
How many? Sorry, how many feet did you say it was, Joe?
It's 100 feet to get out of the hole itself, but another probably about 40 feet to the actual floor of the cave itself. So it's about 140 feet.
Okay. I can cast Featherfall a few times, but I won't be able to actually help anybody else.
That would have been
With
shit,
it.
though.
Oh, question. If one of us like
No, that
carries
was awful.
someone else and they
You just jumped in, dude.
It's a reaction.
Yeah,
if we're
but
carrying someone
only
and then you
60
cast
feet. That's why I was asking.
on the person
Dude.
carrying the other person, would that work?
If you're carrying someone,
Are you
Yeah.
like one
And then
entity
you
for the
cast
sake of the
Featherfall
spell?
on the person
No.
carrying.
you're
no.
drop- no.
Okay.
Well, I don't need it,
Okay.
so I'm okay.
Okay.
So how many
I
of
was
us?
just trying
right?
to see as how productive we could be with.
Well, we still don't
Yeah,
know if this
I'm
is going to
okay.
be a pretty fucked up thing down here. Like, so I'm kind of also wondering, Joe, when it comes to
Well,
climbing
although-
something in
yeah.
this, is it like athletics? Is it acrobatics? What's like the checks here?
It will be athletics for climbing most of the time. I also would take an acrobatics if you kind of describe how you do it, because it makes sense, right? Like,
But do it acrobatically.
The
Put a
nimble
flourish
nature
in.
of it.
I can probably safely climb down. I have high athletics.
I will say
Don't worry
featherfall
about me.
targets up to 5 creatures.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. I don't need it. So
literally never used it on more than one
my
creature
God.
ever.
Yeah, it
Let's
works.
go.
as
most
like
people
those
don't
levels,
fall.
right?
Like usually, it's not like a bunch of people all falling at once. But yeah.
True.
Right.
So we're fine on that because,
Oh,
like I said, I don't
perfect.
need it,
Okay.
Yay. We all jump in.
or I can use it anyway. It doesn't. Yeah.
It's really sad for the giant who's shaking the whole cave, and of course, probably a couple
Yeah,
of the
right.
stalactites have fallen to the ground. Whereas you guys are going to drift in.
No.
Okay.
I'll use one of my distorted selves and take the Feyandrasa form.
Okay. Yeah.
Reality.
Which one does that give you? That gives you the.
That gives hover speed equal to my movement plus
Okay.
10 feet of increased movement.
Yeah, you can just drift down there, float down there yourself, flying down. What's everyone else doing?
I mean, I'm down to jump down and cast Featherfall,
Yeah.
but I think
You
we're all
can
gonna have
cast
to
it like on yourself too. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just a react.
Just making
Like
sure. Just making sure.
you just have to fall for a little bit and then use your reaction to cast it, right? Like
Falling
Yeah.
can literally be a foot if you want it to be.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because you're just basically casting your reaction.
Yeah, it lasts 1 minute, so I mean, it would take us a while to fall down, but
Only about 12 seconds.
Am I in
About 12
danger?
seconds, just about 15
yeah,
seconds.
no, you're fine.
Yeah, bud.
Because you
you're
go
down
60
there.
feet around, so you
with
you
the
just
king
take
right
two
now.
rounds to fall.
Sorry, how do we plan to get out of the hole though? I mean,
That's
we haven't
that's
discussed
exactly
that.
what
That's
I
the
was
biggest
that.
question, dude.
See,
I was like,
later.
I can get in there easy. I can't get out.
Yeah,
at all.
I can get
I
out.
was
little bit
going
nervous about
to. I was going to have Carlisle like tie up an actual climbing rope and like actually do
Yeah,
it
or
properly.
like grappling
I
down.
think that's
I was
smart.
I was gonna try to like acrobatics, like grapple down with like proper equipment for my.
Joe said that when I was using clairvoyance, I could hear wind, and that we were attached to
Oh.
a bigger cavern.
Yeah,
so
so
I
there might be
I thought
exit.
maybe that implied there was an exit down there.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a
And
good
there's
sign.
like there's the walls of the hole and then a drop beyond that. So the
Right,
bottom is still
okay.
a drop no matter what.
Okay.
I think
But we should tie a rope up at the
regardless,
top.
Carlisle's still gonna try to set up a rope or something.
I think that's
so that
smart.
If
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
since we don't know if that's an exit, like a rope can be replaced.
I think you should do that purely because it'll be funny when you fail and fall.
Well, let me double check. I'm gonna see
up.
in the new things. They
This
might-
guy,
Classic
this guy
Sunday.
took 70 damage and wants someone else to suffer, dude.
This
Yeah,
guy wants
right.
his
He is
doctor to
invested
die, and then
in our
it looks
failure.
real
Yeah.
bad when he
Because he
Yeah,
fucked
yeah.
up.
I didn't fuck up.
Okay, let me see here. I'm just gonna see for a
Two
second.
broken legs. I didn't fuck up.
Technically, the way ropes work, though,
I'm
is
not
it'll
on.
give you a climbing speed, if you will. So the cool thing about a rope is for that period of the climb, you're not really gonna need to do any checks, because you're essentially setting up.
Because it gives
something.
you climb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You are. You
That's
have something which you're assumedly attaching yourself to in some way. But let me just double check to see if they changed up rope at all. Yeah. So rope now has kind of a general description of what the DCs would be. As a utilized action, you tie a knot with rope. If you succeed in a DC 10 sleight of hand check, the rope can be burst with a successful 20 strength athletics check. So it takes you a DC 10 dexterity sleight of hand check to make it. You can bind a creature with it, but you don't need to know that. But it's there for the kind of the portion that you put it to. It would just work as a climbing speed. So if you have 60 feet of rope, you know that 60 feet of it you're good on. Unless, of course, the only time a check would come in is if something is interfering. Say, like a creature attacks you whilst you're holding on to it, or there's a big burst of wind if you're doing it on like a mountain. But in a
So
kind
I
of
Or
have
like
default-
Marge just throws a rock or something. Like, I don't know.
I've got my default rope that I get from my like starter pack.
yes,
But it doesn't say how much. The explorers packs don't
think it's
actually convey
60
how much
feet.
it is.
I assume it's 60, right?
I'm
Do
gonna
they not?
assume it's 60 then. It actually doesn't.
it should. I
in the
think
pack.
I think they're 50 feet of rope in an explorers. I think so. Yeah, because I've just found it on D&D Beyond. The pack also has a 50 feet of hempen rope strapped to the side of it.
Okay.
50 feet.
Well, if anyone else has some rope to chip into this that they've been hanging on to, we can set up a rope the whole way.
I think I do. Let me check.
We check.
You should. It's like a standard adventurer bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone took packs, you
I got
probably
rope.
have it.
I don't.
That's
I've got
100
some
feet you
rope.
can do.
100 feet's the most important part, right? And then it's kind of like a separate incline the rest of the way, anyways.
Can you even fail a DC 10 sleight of hand check?
I don't think you can.
It
Oh, I
would
suppose
need
on a
to be
one.
an
On a one.
He'd have to be in that one, yeah.
Yeah. If you could
Yeah.
roll one of those to tie the knot properly. What I should do here, hold on.
That's an out one.
Okay,
That's an
I
out
was
one.
about to do.
23.
Not
Your
funny, but
rope,
it
then.
is.
As you're tying it, and you go to reach another portion of it, it loosens and your 50 feet of rope drops down into the hole. What I'm going to do for your future rolls of this.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Did you touch the net?
Is this?
Now your hands are all wet now.
What I'm going to do for
Slippery.
future rolls of it, I'm just trying to think of how I can do this without you seeing it. Is you'd be tying
Yeah.
it without telling me. And so that way, if you go onto a rope, you don't know if... I mean, you're pretty sure it's going to be fine. There's a 5% chance it could break away.
Yeah, it's one of those tricky things because it's like there's also the thing where I wouldn't use a rope if I didn't test its weight properly or something before I fucking descended on it. Because that's just
Well,
just
for this one, then
safety.
we'll just say that you have dropped the rope is like loosened and come loose when you're
Yeah.
tying up to the thing. So you don't currently have your 50 feet.
I've got rope as well, dear. But if you drop this, how many of
I'm
us
not
have
going to
rope?
drop it again.
I don't think you will.
Don't say that.
I believe in you, dear.
God,
All right,
what
one
are
of you
saying?
stand by the hole. If it slips again, you catch it. All right.
Okay.
Right. Let's hand out ready.
And someone
Yeah,
impose help
same.
upon me by getting ready to stop
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rope.
Or-
Can I
or-
can I
so
have my
I'll
mage
give you a-
hands like what?
I'll
I
give
don't
you-
think help helps you when
I'll give
you
you a
fail on a
choice.
1 and we can't help.
I'll give you a
Well,
choice.
if
You
I'm
can either
doing it
have...
again now to tie a new one.
Would you prefer to have someone to get advantage by having someone help tie it, or having a straight roll but having someone being able to use their reaction to catch it in case you drop it? And that'd be a different roll.
Statistically, just getting rid of the
Statistically, it'll
nat
be fine.
one is way
Not
better.
gonna
Yes,
double-
they can help you tie
like
up.
this. What are the odds
Yeah.
that you roll 2 more at once, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I whip out a little
It's
mage
31
hand.
Yeah, this time you make sure to find the perfect stability that you can kind of embed it into a rock, maybe even use like a piton or something to kind of sharpen it into that, give it a good weight test, and you find it. It's very, very wedged. Like you can almost have
Beautiful.
V or someone just lift up and place like a heavier rock over it, but you know that it's definitely going to hold your weight at least down to the 50 feet mark.
Very gross.
Okay. And we still have one more length though, right? Before I toss it down, I can tie
Yeah.
one rope to the end of the other rope.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to do a little quick
I'm
check on
gonna-
that. I mean,
Like a bed
that
sheet.
one I'm not going to need it necessarily. I mean, you did check. That's good. That one I was going to say just because you can actually do that without pushing it over necessarily. Although I suppose you're pushing it over
Describe
to
the
test it
knot.
works. Yeah, you tie that one on fine. You've got 100 feet hanging down.
Well, I suppose if I'm the one tying it, I might as well be the one to go first down it. That
Is
sounds
this
about
for
right.
me to climb
No,
up?
do not.
Oh god.
and Drossus starts to fly down. Do not leave the rope. They're going to use it to come down, dear.
We can also feather fall for it either way. I want to use it so that I can confirm that we can also use it on the way out without there being a problem. So
Everyone can just climb down one after another, and then all bunch up at the bottom, and then let go at the same time, and then you can feather fall the rest.
Well, who's what do you want to do then? So just to ask you as a group, like you've got Andrasa flying down there, large stories down there. Are you feather falling down? And there's
We'll get with
Carlisle
Featherfall,
flying?
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Tech. Yeah. The Desmond. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use rope.
And then use the rope. Okay.
He's like, I made this rope. I'll use this
You'd be
rope.
climbing down a little slower than them because it's 2 foot for every one. So you're going to go in like half speed. Although you can dash or a rope, so you probably keep pace with them going down the abseiling your way down, and they're just drifting down behind you. No effort needed. The only problem you'd get though is when you get down to the 100 foot, you're at the bottom of the hole, but you're not to the base of the cavern. So you are dangling 40 feet above the ground. As the others land safely to the floor.
Can I have applied feather fall to him even though he was climbing?
Yeah. He's technically not falling. But you could have fallen and grabbed it. Yeah.
Well, what I was gonna have Drasa do, if it was possible, was mage hand the rope back up to Carlisle, and I was gonna have him kind of like
that rope
to it,
and then
so
you're gonna
could get the last length attached.
You do. Go ahead and give me one last sleight of hand check.
That's smart.
24.
Nice.
Yep, you're good. You can rope up the last one. It dangles all the way down, leaves 10 foot of loose rope at the bottom. So now, you have a means of getting out with rope. As it now dangles in, you can swing your way back down to the bottom.
Nice. I can use that later.
It's so fun.
Lost.
That's where I'm wondering what happens.
Just
But we'll get onto there once you
just
go
rip it down.
You are all in the cavern now. That reaches around kind of 40 foot high. You have to kind of duck a bit for you largest, but for the most part, it's a large kind of formed cave. You can see where these teeth are kind of jutting through the ground. For those who have dark vision now, and against the light of the walls now properly, you can see closer to where the rock is hanging, and the walls get a little bit looser to a point where you can see why Jerry spent most of his time kind of on all fours. It gets a little bit lower down to like 25 feet closer to the rock itself, and it's kind of in the corner of this cave. You can see this vulture creature hanging into the wall, and the wall itself, you can see where the rock has actually formed and become far a lot more like teeth that are like digging into him, or into it, sorry. And it's like partial rock, partial teeth that are kind of embedded the rock against the wall. It kind of hangs down with scarecrow-like against it. Its head just kind of weaving, looking at all of you.
Lovely. How far away is the rock from us? Or are we from it, I guess? Whatever.
At this stage, probably about 40 feet.
Okay.
Quite close.
Can I see, or is it still fucking dark?
The light would have gone out.
There's the
Light only lasts for what, 1 minute, or is it 10? Even if
Is
it's
that
10, I
right?
feel like, yeah.
I think it's 10.
Oh, it's 1 hour. No, it's 1 hour. It's 1 hour.
It's 1 hour.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, you would still see. You'd see the
Yeah.
the kind of just general emanation for it, but it's still pretty dim. Again, because it gives you 20 foot of bright light and 20 foot of dim, so you can see this.
Can I see the
shadow.
bird?
Yeah, but only kind of shadowed against the wall.
Oh no.
Hey! Are you the bird who messed with Jerry?
It looks up at you.
Gives you the middle finger.
And it speaks inside of your head.
Oh no.
For the others, you just
You are now under
sit
its
staring
thrall.
towards them.
The other giant. I spoke with him.
Oh, get out of my head!
He starts kind of like grabbing and like hitting himself over and over on his head.
Okay, so it's messing with his head. We should probably start walking over to kill it now.
This thing dies now. Is it saying anything else?
Just stares at you.
What are you doing here?
In your head.
I'm trapped. Formed against this wall by my former comrades.
Your former... What were you and your former comrades doing here before you were trapped?
His eyes start scanning all of you. Does anyone speak Abyssal?
Yeah.
Carlisle does.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yes.
I speak all the funny ones.
Interesting. So those who speak Abyssal, you hear, as it says, for everyone else, you hear this almost like guttural, almost kind of like flames stuck in a throat as a language. But for those who do speak it and can translate that and hear the kind of guttural tones, it'd be translated to,
Who among you speaks a demonic tongue?
Me over here.
I do.
I do.
How do so many of you fucks speak? What
Yeah,
the
what is
fuck?
this? Is this like your
Desmond wanted to
common?
learn
My
the
party.
scariest language.
It's
I have a reason.
It's a
Like,
northern
it's my
thing
backstory.
for Carlisle, at least.
It's a story thing.
I imagine Desmond also talks it quite well because it is very much all about making that kind of in different
I
tones.
don't have
so
like
it's kind of
organs. I
yeah,
just replicate
you
noises.
can replicate the noise. It's all vibrations of the throat. It says,
Morgane also speaks Abyssal. I'm just, yeah, she's just listening.
Yo, we're side-eyeing the
What
people
is
who don't
going
know of this.
on?
No,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I didn't get the memo.
It's just us,
Wow,
dude.
you're not invited.
Fuck and I were like, what the fuck is going on? Who are we with?
yeah, largest
Everybody
tack and
speaks
V.
evil.
You just hear everyone
Yeah.
going, and kind of communicating in this tongue, but
Why is everybody talking funny?
I do not know.
Is it messing with them?
No, it's abyssal. We're speaking abyssal.
Excuse me.
What is that?
A language.
It's a language, largest.
Language.
Largest kind of just starts like just like making noises and trying to like mimic it.
I think you just said a really nasty word, dear.
Is
Give me
there any
a-
part of the? Sorry.
no, that's. I was gonna say, just give me a performance check, largest. I want to see if you even mistakenly say a word.
What would that be? Charisma?
Yeah, charisma.
You got this.
8.
You just sound like you need to like
I need a
cough up a
lozenge.
loogie. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, gas.
What are you gonna say, Dodger?
I was gonna ask. I think I might be imagining that this Varrock is a lot bigger than it is.
No, it's not. I believe it's. I mean, it's large, so it's about probably like 10 foot. I'll get one on the screen for you guys, so you get an idea of what they
Like
look
as big as largest.
No,
or bigger
no,
than
no, no,
largest?
no. Half the size, if that. No, even smaller. It's only it's about 10 foot tall. Largest is very big for a hill giant, at least tall. And
I'm largest. Yeah.
and it's probably a quarter of the size of that. It's just kind of pierced against the wall. He's kind of like the size of a horse if a horse is kind of sprawled out. So still big
And-
enough that it's intimidating, but not enough to be big.
And how far away from us is it?
About 40 feet from the place of which you first came down.
How high up on the wall is it? Is
Good
it
question.
like
It's about because it's about a 25-foot hole, but wall probably only about 10 foot up, embedded into it, but encompasses a kind of a large portion of the wall. Let me find if I can get an image of the rock for you
Map?
guys.
Oh.
And am I having to like crawl at this point?
If you want to get close to it, but you're kind of, I imagine,
Yeah, he
40
said it
feet's
was like
not too far.
25 feet high where the rock is.
That's inconvenient.
You said this thing is like it's like a rock, but a vulture, of rock, if you will, right?
Yeah, yeah. This is what they
Okay.
look like. I'll just put one of their tokens onto the map for you guys. Can you see that? Is
That one's big.
Ah,
Oh, bigger boy.
Oh,
Okay.
he's the size of a kaiju.
Yeah. So they're
More the
these
size of a kaiju, largest.
vulture-like demonic creatures. It's almost like vulture wings and kind of this like back of it and facial structure, but this almost like bluish, dark kind of cobalt skin.
So would we only see like the top half of this thing, or is it like kind of fused with the wall in a weird way?
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of like one leg's gone in, like portion of an arm. It's like almost like it's been pushed
almost like
into
it appeared in this world in a wall.
Yeah, it's like being phased halfway into
Yeah.
it.
It said its former comrades did that to it.
Yeah.
It would kind of look across all of those who can speak Abyssal and say,
And what happened to the one who swallowed the rock?
He's having a nap. What happened to you? Why were you here?
Free me, and I'll give you answers.
I don't want to know that badly.
I have great power to...
Not power enough to free yourself from the rock.
Not physically. The power I have is in knowledge.
You're kryptonite, dude.
I know. Knowledge of what? I know all sorts of things.
The thing in which that creature napping has.
who's holding on to the kind of conker?
Probably Indrasa,
What do we do
I
with
think.
It's whoever has the bag of holding.
Those are
Oh,
I've got a separate little bag of holding.
So you're the one holding it right now?
Probably, because I think she would have been like, "No, dude, we're not gonna leave it," and she knows what it is. So
That thing you have, I know what it is. I know what it's capable of. I know much to do with it.
I know what it is. I know what it's capable of.
What do you know?
Well, if you know and I know, what's the point of this part of the conversation? You want me to prove that I know? How does that get us anywhere?
Well, if you know everything,
I didn't say I know everything.
I do.
I know quite a lot of things. You don't know. Nobody knows everything. Now
About
she's
that
just
I
annoyed.
do.
Largest is just watching you two like throat noise at each other back and forth, and he's just getting very frustrated that he's not involved.
In your head, Largest, you would hear the following that I'm going to type to you.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
While this has been going on, V would probably look at Tack and be like, is Abyssal a common language for people to know?
No, and I find it a bit concerning that so many of them know it, to be honest. Although, I should specify, as far as my experience in this area of the continent, it's not common, but it just doesn't sound nice.
He's speaking in my head again. Stop it. He wants to give me food.
Oh,
I already got food. Can I smash it now?
1 second, Largest. Indrasa, I think we are done trying to wean information off of this thing. It is currently trying to get in the head of the big guy. So, are we done with the talking part?
It can understand us, right? Like it can understand common. Well, yeah,
Doesn't
because
understand
she would have
common.
spoken in common. No.
Oh,
Doesn't speak
I'm
common.
assuming you're not talking in common if you're.
Oh no, this whole time no. But I think her first question would have just been in common of like what's going on. But then she would have switched.
Oh, then you have. Tell me if you're going to use common because I'm assuming you're not.
Yeah.
If I asked if you're speaking Abyssal.
No, but I mean Carlisle is right.
Yeah, it hasn't
I would
responded
have
to Carlisle.
continued
To talk
speaking.
to each other.
I would have been continuing to speak in common because there's no reason Carlisle
Yeah,
would
okay.
It doesn't
want everyone in the
understand
group to know
Carlisle.
what he just said.
Yeah.
I want to know about its former comrades.
Yeah.
Above board, but I don't know it said that in your head, so.
Should have learned Abyssal in
Looks
college.
I know, apparently.
I think she looks at the rock and she looks back at everyone. I would like to know. It said its former comrades did this, and I would quite like to know why they were here. But it really is just being sort of cagey and saying, "I know everything about the. I already know about the gem. That's not that exciting." Looks back at Vrock and says in Abyssal, "You had to have known that was not going to work that well for you, right? That's quite pointless. Do you want to tell us what you and your comrades were doing here? Maybe we'll let you go. Or we could carry on, leave you here. Or just kill you. 3 options, I suppose."
Roll a persuasion check.
She's terrible at those.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. 16?
Oh, that's pretty
Not
good.
bad.
I want assurances. If I am to help you with information, what's to stop you just killing me afterwards?
She sort of sighs. It says it wants, in common, it says it wants assurances if it gives us information. What's to stop us from killing it, which is a fair point.
Nothing.
It is.
Nothing, and it shall get none.
I'm
Right.
absolutely with
No, I
you,
don't-
Jane.
I don't want to really give it assurances either, but
It is enjoying living as this.
well, that's sort of what I
Why?
said, dear.
Does
Turns
it
back-
want to be free?
Turns back to Rock. So you're quite content here then, stuck in the rock with it growing around you, you growing into it. You're fine here if we just leave you. You're enjoying this. It seems like a good time for you.
I said I want to be free. But I'd rather be here than dead.
Turns back to group laser, which is fair enough, honestly.
How the fuck would we free it? Isn't it like embedded?
No, I don't even know if we can really, right?
Just
Yeah.
carving it out meticulously.
Yeah.
We need someone with.
Live if we take this part of you out.
We need someone with stone shape, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe
do
so.
you think I could get it out if I vortex warp it? That's a teleportation spell.
And then it could just choose to stay down
But I
here if
don't
it
want
wants.
it out. I
Yeah.
want to
Work.
smash it.
I mean, I will say, between all of you, that I am 100% not on board with letting this thing out with what it did to Jerry. I don't know that is morally, it's wrong.
And it's
this
been
thing
talking in my head. Only I do that.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. Do we truly know the full extent of what the gemstone of the Maw does?
No, I don't think so.
No, we didn't.
No,
Okay.
we're bluffing.
Okay, got it. I was just making sure I didn't miss it.
We know a little bit about it.
We know very little.
We know
it's
what it
magical.
did to the
The
guy
bluff
who
was
ate it.
so
No one
good
ever
that I
if you eat
believed
it.
it. Yeah.
And we know that this guy was like, fucking eat it. Please eat
Yeah.
it. That's
Make
all
my
we need to
day.
know to be like, this
Yeah.
guy's not really
Yeah.
a good scene.
I want to know this.
You know how birds will like, not on purpose, will like eat seeds and then go poop them out and like make things grow?
Yes.
Maybe it's like that.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Maybe Jerry was supposed to take it out of the hole, die somewhere, and
true.
Grow it somewhere else.
Joe, I'm
get
gonna
it.
DM,
But
I'm
then
gonna
I
DM you
saved
a
the day by
question.
sealing him.
Yeah, what you had learned is that there's a presence inside of it.
Yeah, that you
Uh,
can talk
that
to if you
it's connected to
attune
the
with it,
mold.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that it's cursed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't know
Yes.
that.
Yes, we do. We
Just
literally
about
know.
everything attached
good-
to
how
it
good we
is
know.
bad.
Yeah. Mm.
Might have been a fluke.
well, then what are we going to do?
Is it time for me to smash it?
Just shh. Puts a hand on his leg. What are we going to do? Looks at everybody else.
We came down here to stop it, so let's stop it and move on.
I would really like to find out about the comrades, but also, not bad enough to really let it wander around the world, on its own, and, plan on finding out a little bit more about the gem anyway without him, so. She sort of waves her hand.
Can I smash it?
I wish I could
Oops.
speak abyssal.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Detect thoughts.
Wow.
Bitch. Honestly.
But yeah,
Yeah, you
I-
have
I-
the thing though, right?
Yeah, I think Tack would say to the people that can speak abyssal. Obviously, this thing can understand them, but can you relate to it that we might be more willing to discuss with it if it allows me to see into its mind, since it feels so comfortable seeing into ours?
Ooh.
All right. We'll say that. You can see the sort of position that we're in, right, as far as just sort of letting you go. You seem to be traipsing around everyone's heads. So perhaps we'd be more comfortable if you let our friend do that to you.
I want assurances of my survival. If you will not free me, then you will leave me to remain here. I'd rather spend
well,
a millennia here.
He looks over her shoulder and comments and says, I don't think they really want to do that. And they said they'd rather spend eternity here. I don't think they're quite realizing that we wouldn't. That really wasn't. I sort of said that was an option, but it's not really, is it?
Can
We're not
we
going to just...
not prank them with falsities?
Like, what's,
Oh,
what sort of
clever.
falsity, dear?
Like a lie, I suppose.
No,
We lied to him?
A very good prank. Lying.
What do you want to tell him? That we let him go, and then we'd
Yes.
have to let him... I think the thing is, if we say, all right, we'll let
Can't
you
we
go.
just kill him after we tell him the lie? I don't understand.
Well, that as well. How do we get him out, right? I think is the other thing. We can say,
Oh,
oh,
he wants
sure,
out
we'll let you
before.
out. Right, then he'll
I
say,
can dig him out.
I'm assuming, sorry, I haven't asked, but I'm assuming that they will say, all right, let me out first, then I'll tell you everything, right?
Good job.
And we just say no.
What are you going to tell us? She says in abyssal. While you're stuck like that. They're a bit concerned, right, about letting you out, and then what's our assurance that if you just lie, you make something up, or you don't say anything at all, and you just sort of poof away?
I can tell you about what you'd find beyond this cave. I can tell you what that thing you hold is. I can tell you how to draw great power from it. Not like the last one.
I don't think anyone's going to be ingesting it for sure. Relays that to group.
Well, as far as finding out what that thing is, it seems like we can already do that without them. As far as finding out what's in the cave ahead, it seems like we can walk to that.
When this thing dies, it'll vanish, correct? Because it's not from this plane. Or is it?
It probably won't die.
It's probably gonna go back to its plane, but
If it's like demonic in nature, it's probably
that normally takes a long time for it to.
It
it'll
really,
be out of
it
our
really
hair.
doesn't want us to kill it. So
He's like, no, seriously, leave me in the wall.
It's like
Yeah.
aware that like
Just leave me alone.
eventually in a millennia something else will come along and
yeah.
He's patient.
I feel like we should just lie to him to get information, personally. But like,
Telling lies?
I mean,
Lies.
above board and even in character, I don't think Carlisle has any issue with lying to this demon who fucking
Yeah.
turned some guy into a teeth monster to get information.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a point where it's like, I don't feel too bad
We
for
don't owe
him.
him anything.
that's so funny. I'll lie, but only if it's to a demon.
Only if it's morally acceptable.
Yeah.
We agree. Is that what we're gonna do?
Mm.
Yeah, lie and then kill him. I like it.
Slaps him in the leg.
He
Shut up.
understands common.
He
doesn't
definitely
speak
does.
common? No. Oh. Maybe he took it like middle school. He doesn't speak common.
The thing is, dears, I'm quite good at many things. Lying is not necessary. I sort of make this face, I think, and everybody can generally tell when I
Desmond.
don't when I
That's why
don't
it's
like
great not to
them.
have a face. You know.
That's a very good
Desmond
point.
Would be good.
Tak-
I don't know why. I
Tak
have
will
a gut
break away
feeling.
from the group and say, "You can understand me, right?
Just,
I assume you can."
it's not even looking at
Should
you.
we insight check that?
Okay. Whew. Oh,
Yeah, see? He
You can
don't
check if you
know.
Yeah,
like.
I actually
He's
would
lying
like
to
to
us.
insight check.
What if he lies to us?
reverse
I
lie.
didn't
Oh my god.
No, he's allowed to do that.
He's like the fish that says he'll grant a wish as long as you let him go, and then he flies away.
Yeah,
Not again.
Son of a bitch.
Give me that insight if you want.
Yeah.
You want to do it, Bree? Since you,
I think that's
you-
a no.
No, I'm just asking because you
think
said
Tak
it first
should do
before I was
it.
like, I mean, I can insight and like just say I want to know, I want to see if he reacted to Tak.
If he reacted to Tak, my wisdom is
actually
so
understand.
low. You
Okay,
guys do
I
not
will-
want me
I
doing
will-
Oh,
this?
don't sell yourself short.
27.
Nice.
You can easily tell that it's not even pretending not to listen to Tak. It is drowning out any common because it clearly doesn't speak the language.
Okay,
Um,
good.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So it doesn't understand you guys.
Plan
All right.
lie
It's
is a
watching you.
go.
You can with that insight check, it is watching you to try and work out like a body movement of are they discussing they're trying to
aggressive or
kill me?
something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's
Tak
staring
will
at you
come
guys.
back to the group then.
Nice.
So it apparently can't understand us.
Cannot.
Unfortunately, that means
That said, your body language, Largest, is giving almost every plan away. You're
Largest just like,
He's like rolling his shoulders, just like getting ready.
Cracking his knuckles.
pointing at the rock, doing this. Like,
You. Yeah. Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
kill you.
So funny. Oh my God. Oh. All right.
Plan lie is a go, though, I think.
So
yeah, the
Desmond's
problem
really
is,
good at lying.
yeah, somebody else has got to do the lie.
Speaks abyssal and can lie.
So
Morgaine
the two
and-
charismatic people that can do it is Morgaine and
Desmond.
Desmond.
Morgaine and
Yeah.
Desmond are charisma
And
boys.
Morgaine probably more so
Off
for
you go, then.
this.
Pushes you forward.
Go on then.
Fine.
So
Pat's
what is
butt.
our,
Or just
Here you go.
actually like
Go get him.
pats him forward.
what's
Little
our
pat on the
fake
bum, get out
assurance?
there.
What exactly do you want me to do?
Just say we'll let him go once he tells us this
Lie.
stuff.
But like, why? Why
Right.
would we? We need a reason.
Because it's
Why
a
would we
trade of
suddenly-
information.
I can't.
Why not?
Why?
My order is forbidden from conversing in Abyssal.
Oh, things, you know.
Well, you can just understand it. You can't actually speak.
Alright,
Could if I...
That's so
robot, lie.
excited.
All right.
Why?
You're
I mean,
Hey, we accept.
I can still converse with it, you just won't hear it.
Oh.
Oh.
You say you accept?
Oh.
Yeah, I just say it.
Kind of looks towards you, Desmond.
We accept.
Wait, are we? Hold on. Did we just sign a contract with the demon?
Is that like a
Really?
fae?
There's no we. This is a Desmond thing.
This is a Desmond thing.
He said we
He
agree.
can't speak for every soul.
I
in
didn't
the room.
sign anything.
That just occurred to me. That only just now occurred to me.
It looks
I don't
towards you,
like his
Desmond.
smile. Joe's smiling. I don't like that.
I smell that.
Fuck me, dude.
It goes,
God damn it.
What are the terms?
Oh
We wanna
no,
know what
this
this
is
rock is.
definitely a contract.
The second he says what are the terms, Carlisle's gonna pull out his weapon and start going towards him.
Oh shit.
Wait! Wait!
He's gonna start running.
Wait, he's defenseless. He has to get desperate and make better terms for us now.
Stop!
Not lying. What's happening?
I'll tell you. Whatever you wish to
You're
know.
going to
hurry.
tell us everything, or you are going to die right now.
on an intimidation check with advantage.
Yes,
go,
get
baby.
him. Can I assist to give advantage? I'll like stand
There's already
intimidatingly.
advantage.
That is a
Okay,
13.
slide.
I'm gonna
Advantage,
add
yeah.
3 to 16.
I'll add 4 more for 20.
Oh, beautiful teamwork.
Okay. Boosting it up from a 13 all the way up to a 20. Goes,
I'll tell you much up front, but not everything. And that way, if you find it worthy, you let me go.
Then if I were you, I would
Or
start.
leave me be. Then ask your questions.
Carlisle looked back to Indrasa while keeping the knife on his neck.
It's the same question as before. What were you and your comrades doing here?
Escorting that in which you hold,
You were escorting the gem. Where?
protecting it until my master wishes to regain the whole.
Who's your master?
I will not speak his name.
Wishes
What
to
the
regain the what? The whole?
The whole. The whole of Moors, his realm.
Does that ring a bell for Indrasa?
what did you roll previously? You've known of the demonic plane known as the Maw. It is
lot, I don't know.
a layer of the abyss. The halls of the Maw. Safe to assume it's linked to that.
Oh man.
Where were you taking it?
Nowhere. Protecting it.
Why did you bring it here?
We have brought it many places since we've been on the run. We came to the material plane in our latest. Unfortunately, our group fell apart when our leader was killed.
Who's chasing you?
Whoever can get their hand on that. But the one who killed our leader was not chasing us.
Who
Simply,
killed your leader?
it was a creature on a different continent. Some sort of magic wielding, flightless bird from this plane.
Magic.
A handful of our creatures, our kind.
Did it have a name?
We do not name it. It had many of its clones.
Started with the A, ended with the D.
Did it have a giant
go.
spear? Did,
You would
did
not
it
know
try
that.
to griffin? I know.
I don't mention. Yay.
But our leader, Tifet, was killed. And our group fell apart without them. We feared him. And so demon one after another tried to take the device.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, each of them died.
Why did your comrades do this to you?
Because I tried to get in the way of us using it.
They wanted to use it.
Does not answer.
You didn't.
I am loyal to our master.
How long have you been protecting it?
Time is not something that we measure.
Yeah.
This is a mortal thing.
You weren't taking it anywhere in particular? You're just keeping it safe?
We're escaping the Queen of Blood. Until we know that she no longer seeks it. We keep his realm safe.
The fuck is the Queen of Blood?
Does that ring a bell?
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check, please. Or history check.
Can all of us roll? Is it
assume
being
you're
relayed to us?
Do you know much about the planes of demons in the abyss?
No.
There's a cool book written about it, yeah?
Yeah, I read
if
something.
you feel like your character might read something.
25. If I can add my +5, then I will.
Oh, brother.
You can.
Oh, brother.
Okay, so 30.
Okay.
God damn.
That's 7. Maybe it's a mosquito.
Amazing.
The Queen of Blood is a demon. She went on a crusade across layers of the Abyss. The Abyss has arguably anywhere between 600 to 700 layers, unlike the Devil's Hells, which have 9 layers. Oftentimes, you'll find powerful demons that try and take over other layers and kind of merge their layers in. I describe the Abyss in our world to be like frog spawn. Many of these like spherical devices kind of weaving against each other. And so sometimes they absorb into each other. The Queen of Blood, you would have known her as one such creature. It's even said that potentially she is the founder of vampirism. But she is a demonic queen that went on a crusade to conquer other abyssal planes, abyssal layers even. And succeeded in a lot of them. She's considered one of the stronger demonic kind of princesses. Or queens.
Okay. Is there anything else we want to ask?
Why will he not say his master's name?
Probably some demon bullshit.
Probably. Oh yeah.
Do you ask that in character?
Yeah.
I'm saying it above board because I don't speak Abyssal.
I think Indrasa would translate stuff back like as she asked.
Yeah.
But I mean, Morgaine would explain why if it was in character as well.
V would say it in character because she doesn't know.
What? Why will he not say his master's name?
To know the name is to have power over his master.
Oh.
Wait, is that real?
He is forbade from saying it, you mean?
My name's actually Hugest. don't call me Largest anymore.
God damn it.
Why did this Queen of Blood want the gemstone?
Well, I think that has to do with what it can do, right? So they're protecting it,
Power.
trying to, keep it away from, protecting it for their master, so that their master can regain or keep, I suppose, control over the maw.
No further questions, Your Honor. I can't think of anything else right now.
Can I eat him now?
Anybody else have any other questions?
I guess we could ask like what fully happens when you attune to the gem,
You become teeth.
and what voice we're talking.
Did you
what
tell-
voice is in it?
Did you tell the other one to eat it?
No.
What did
Oh, he just ate the rock then.
what,
I
what did you
told
tell
it.
it?
Classic Jerry.
That if it was to open it and detooth it, it would be able to garner power from my master. And one of those ways in which to do it is to devour it, but you have to detooth it first. He refused, saying he could take it. He couldn't.
Fucking Jerry.
Fucking Jerry, dude.
Weird Jerry. Always weird.
Classic.
What? So, your comrades, and you had to fight. They stuck you in the walls of this hole, and they left the gem
No,
here.
they died.
They died. That makes
They
more
fought.
sense.
Oh,
They
okay. Yeah.
forced me into this wall, and then the last two of them fought one another to the death. A winner could keep the gem,
Dummies.
but only I remained.
And
Ask the creature what it
Jerry.
intends to do with its freedom, should it have some.
If we remove you from this rock, what are you going to do?
Will you give me the more stone back?
Let's say yes. What we
I
do?
like, no.
I want to know both options. What if I do give it back?
I'll
What are you going to
leave
do?
this
Just go on the
plane
run?
and protect it.
What if I don't? You can say it. You're going to try to kill me, right?
Gonna hunt it down.
No. If you
Insect.
make assurances
No.
with me, I can tell you more about it.
What kind of assurances? Like, I won't use it. I'll leave the teeth on.
I will leave it
I'll-
behind and go into hiding myself. If you let me go, I don't have the strength to fight you for it. I was a speaker of mouths. But I would be killed by you. If you are not to give me my more stone back, then if you make a deal with me, I will leave. But I will tell you how to use it.
Does anyone have
Hindsight's-
any more questions for him?
What kind of power does it grant?
Nothing good.
How do you know?
I
How do
saw
you remove
Jerry.
the teeth?
But
do
he
you ask?
didn't detooth it.
How do you remove the teeth in a gem?
That is something that you'd have to give me assurances to learn. Only I know how. The last remaining one.
Does it have like a toe sticking out of the wall somewhere?
Tickle, tickle.
Probably, yeah.
Lean casually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Talon?
while all of this, because I'm checking and I don't need to speak the language to detect
No.
the thoughts.
No, so the same way it
Oh,
spoke to
shit.
you on your mind. Telepathy is a magic that allows you
Right.
to translate whatever you hear.
So since everyone is still asking questions,
Yeah,
think-
distraction, right?
I think while there's all this abyssal going on and Tack is like not helpful, Tack would look at V and say, "Can you get me to like the closest part of its body that's sticking out of the wall?"
Yes.
I would lead you to it. We can pretend like we're inspecting. Yeah. Like arms.
Hey,
You get out like a little pickaxe, like you're gonna start like letting it go.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We're just gonna.
Yeah.
We're gonna go do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tack will use their fancy version of detect thought and
Sick.
touch it.
Mhm.
Okay.
And ew.
And
Okay. So you would learn the surface level thoughts, I believe, with just the action. But you can obviously
yes,
probe
and
deeper.
if it's being asked questions, then
You'd hear the thing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Surface level right now, as a general means, if you're just kind of getting its surface level thoughts,
Mm.
and it doesn't make you save for this, does it?
Only if I probe, I
Only if you
think.
probe. Yeah, I think so. It is wondering right now if it's worth betraying its master.
Oh, wow. Damn.
For its own survival.
Interesting.
Damn.
I do still want to eat him though. I'm like low on hit points,
I
and
know.
if he dies
I
in
understand.
my belly, I heal. That's good for. I'm hurt.
That's so
That fall
funny.
fucked me up.
I did have one more question. What's his name? Personally, I'm curious.
Ask. You tell us your name.
Some assurances.
You hear
Oh.
Heki Ka. Tack.
Okay.
Oh, this is such a good way to get answers. Tech, you're so smart. Damn.
Oh my god, thank you.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we are killing this.
Guys,
So-
are we winning?
You need assurances for your name.
Uh,
You need Do you need assurances for your master's name? Or that's just a non-starter?
I need assurances for all.
In the current mind,
Yeah.
you
my God.
hear over and over repeated to kind of holding it back. The Lord of Many Mouths, Zlanarak.
Zlanarak.
I'll show you in our little
yes,
group chat.
please.
Lord
Zlanarak.
of many mouths. It's
Boom.
just gross.
Slamarak.
Owned. We know your
God
shit,
damn.
Rumpelstiltskin.
You know that, dude. I feel like the
Oh,
list of
man.
things you need assurances on is growing. Your name, your master's name, how to take the teeth from the gem.
I've given you much.
And what the gem does. We tell you.
Wait, sorry, what, are you waiting to ask a question or?
No, she trails off.
Okay.
If there was a pause,
Mm-hmm.
hold on. With this concentration, right? What is sending?
Sending's not concentration.
It's just a spell.
I'll cast sending to
Mhm.
Andrasa
Amazing.
and say, I can hear its thoughts. I know its name and master. Keep asking questions.
Okay. It said that it just told us that it wasn't gonna fight us, right? I was like, what do you
Yeah,
do
it
if I
said it
don't
would
give you the
lose.
gem, right? And it was like, yeah, I'm gonna lose for sure. Like I would just like slink off, right? Okay. I'm willing to take suggestions on what else to ask.
How to detooth the gem.
Yeah.
If we,
Yeah.
the gem stuff is the only stuff we don't.
The only stuff
like,
that we
really
don't
know
know,
yet.
right?
Anything to eat
Yeah.
around here.
I don't know that I'm comfortable letting you out without knowing a bit more about the gem. And just sort of leaves that there to see if it will think of literally anything about the gem. She won't really know, but she'll just keep like
what
asking
you
and pausing,
hear
I
in
guess.
its head, you see seeing the thoughts of like gem fools. They think it's just a gem. They think it's just a gem.
Hmm.
And we know, sorry, so where's the description of the gem?
It's like a large kind of.
There
Yeah,
seems to be a
conch.
presence in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We know that we felt like there was a presence in it. Attuning to it allows you
speak
to
with
communicate
it.
with it.
Yeah.
Who's in the gem?
There you go.
I need assurances.
My master.
Thinking.
My master.
Oh.
Must not betray my master.
Shit.
Oh.
You need assurances to tell me who's in the gem. All right, let's see.
Was he hoping? Was the idea that Jerry detooths the gem, eats the gem, and his master takes over Jerry's body?
Ooh, right?
Or maybe like,
it grants you
yeah, I mean
great
that,
power.
or he could have also just been totally bullshitting him, right? Like, oh yeah, you
True.
get
I don't know that
power,
it gives you
whatever.
power. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm wondering.
So, I think
He's
I
looking-
maybe.
Yeah. Oh man.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't know everything about the gem because something is in the gem. And yet your comrades, it seems like, wanted to let it out and you didn't. Or they wanted to use the gem and you didn't.
You start hearing it say, thinking to itself, wanted to eat. They wanted to eat. They wanted to consume.
Mm-hmm.
It just stares at you.
They did not have loyalty.
Right, I was gonna say. So, like, in his mind, at least, he was the only one that was truly loyal to his master because he didn't try to eat it.
So,
What are you going to tell your master if we don't give it back to you and we let you go? You're just going to slink off and hide for eternity? Won't your master be quite cross with you?
Depends what you do with it.
What if I detooth it and use it?
It starts to kind of. Let me check something here. You. Yeah, it's going to start to. Because I think it realizes, unless your thing does anything different. Let me check.
Uh-oh.
I can cast it without component. That was the element of it, is that I just have to be touching someone or a creature or.
I believe it still knows you're trying to probe, though. Or it's still not trying to probe that. It knows that you're. We don't check the
Listening.
wording. Yeah. Get instant interest reason. Okay.
No.
Yeah. At the moment, now after these kind of ones, it's becoming very aware because it would get here that it says either way the target knows you're trying to probe. Well, that's only if you probe.
yeah.
If these are
I
the surface
specifically
level,
haven't
right?
probed because
Yeah.
I
Laying
didn't
low.
I didn't want it to do the wisdom save
Yeah.
because I thought
Okay.
that would imply that it was fighting me
That
off,
it was,
right?
yeah, right.
So what was the last question you just asked? You just asked about its...
what if I use it?
Mm-hmm.
He said it because I said,
all it would
what
tell
are
you
you gonna,
then.
what are you going to tell your master?
I think some of the
if-
information is going to be like embedded pretty deep into it, but into its mind. But all you'd hear for it then is he could be destroyed. He could be gone.
Alright. If you use it, I would be far away. But the power would be yours. Whatever
Maybe
you
I'll take
grant.
over the mall.
On the
Looks at
surface
it.
level thoughts, it's glaring her. But it is thinking, you fool. You already have.
Oh, I don't like that. Ah,
I can't ask anything else. I'm writing that down.
oh my god.
I think at that, Tack would let go and sort of like squeeze V's arm to be like, let's go back.
Okay, let's lead you back.
Can we huddle really quick?
Let's.
We'll
Carlisle wouldn't be moving, I think.
Yeah.
Just shout what we're gonna
The
say.
intact would
Speak
also
common.
see in being so close to Carlisle that is both the angriest and most scared you've ever seen him.
Oh,
Is in this
buddy.
moment so close to this demon.
Okay. Then let's wrap this up, right? Yeah. Once we were back over with everybody else, Tack would relay. Its name is Hekika. Its master is called the Lord of Many Mouths. It's the thing that's inside of the gem.
Does that ring a bell for Andrasa?
Roll a history check.
Do you say its actual name? I'll roll history. History. 23 plus 5 if I can.
It's still part of the same law, so yeah. The Lord of the Many Mouths is named as one of the demon lords that was destroyed by the Queen of Blood, or so she boasts in her crusade. She boasts that she conquered his land, among others.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
When you talked about, somewhat jokingly, about becoming the Lord of the Maw,
Right.
his thoughts were along the line of that you already have, that we've somehow taken ownership by being here, or I don't know. It was difficult to. I didn't want to probe any deeper because I think it would notice.
Well, if the Lord of the Maw is inside the stone and we have the stone, then yes, that would make sense.
By possessing it.
I think its master is destroyed if it is consumed properly.
Well, that is quite a lot of information.
Looks over shoulder. I also think we need to figure out what we're going to do and get Carlisle out of there. He doesn't.
We have to kill it. We can't really let it go.
Not necessarily true. We have two choices. We give it the device, it leaves, it goes back to its plane, which doesn't concern us, quite frankly. And we kill two birds with one stone. The creature is gone, and so is the item.
Wait, there are two birds?
We kill it, and we find out what to do, how to destroy the item later.
I would prefer to kill it and figure out what to do with the gem later.
Forgive me. Does killing it not seal our fate as the new keepers of this gem. We will be pursued.
I want
I
to
could keep it.
insight Andrasa as to whether her response is a pursuit of knowledge or a pursuit of power. When she says she wants to keep it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
I love PvP rollies.
Yeah, it's so good.
OG.
22.
OG, I tell you what, before you
Roll it private.
roll it privately to me. It's just a d20. Because that way
Okay.
you don't have to save us persuasion or deception.
GM. Okay. I think that's on.
Do a test roll like a d6 you want. Okay.
I'm going to tell you what it would be. DM you?
Yeah.
Okay.
With persuasion being knowledge, deception being power, I suppose.
Okay.
Or whatever you see it as, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, because it'd be persuasion if it's power, whatever you basically deemed as. Because I don't know which one you're going for. Whilst you just type that though, oh, hold on. Okay. Well, he successfully reads your face pretty well. What would he read on your face?
Now I have to figure out.
So
what to
bear in
say
mind,
to
it's
everyone else,
not
right.
mind reading. It's more like
Yeah.
what kind
It
of
would be
tells
like
it came across?
it would be like the
Yeah.
tone of voice, the body language, like that kind of stuff. I don't think we're
I
gonna read your
think-
face specifically.
You can tell that she's a little agitated, but not. Let's see, how can I put this personally? Like, it's not. My precious, this is my gem. I need right. Like it's.
Would you
not
argue?
like
Would you
that.
say there's an element of hiding something?
But yes, she's definitely agitated and doesn't really want to discuss it. At the very least, here, if ever.
Yeah, make of it what you will. Morgan. She's hiding something. Carlisle.
Morgana would just keep that to herself.
You hear the creature in your head.
Oh no.
Buddy.
Is there something you want with power? Something.
Good luck in the maw. And Carlisle stab it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, dude.
You see it's kind of blood just pouring down its neck. And it's just kind of throat opens and its head lumps.
Damn, it had nothing left.
Oh yeah.
It's messed up.
We are
My
now
healing.
going to be pursued.
I needed him alive.
Damn it.
No, your meal thing, they don't need to be.
Oh, it says they have to die.
What do you mean?
It says in the fine print that they have to die to my digestion in my belly.
Fuck.
Heal
If
him.
a creature dies whilst in your stomach, you regain hit points.
That's so gross.
Oh yeah,
You're
sorry.
gonna have to
It's
lie
your
for- do it
you're right.
again.
You're right. It's your
I'm a doctor. I could just do that.
it's your other one, isn't it? Your
But I'm also
hungry, though. Yeah.
It's tasty.
I'm hungry.
Just eat it anyway.
Okay.
I guess.
Hi guys.
Okay.
It'll take a second for the light to leave its eyes. Just eat it now. Just run over it.
Its soul's still there.
yeah. It when you eat this thing, are you just peeling it off the wall? You lean across, just like kind of like gum off a shoe.
Yeah. To the
Come off a shoe.
to the best of my ability, sure.
Yucky.
Give me a Constitution saving throw. See how you stomach it.
Oh no.
I'm pretty good at this shit.
I mean, you're a hill
Think I'll be
giant. Yeah,
okay.
this is your.
Knock on wood. This is what I kind of live for. 17.
Yeah, you managed to like. There's a point where your stomach starts rumbling, and your body's telling you, "Are you sure you want to eat this?" But you kind of like, you can like pat past it. You'd hear your little friend on like on the end of the branch. He's like, "Oh, come on now." He kind of gives you a little pat there, and you hear this rumble, and then it eases. Your stomach kind of adapting to it, and you start digesting the demon. It's quite acidic. Has almost a poisonous flavor to it. Definitely seems like it's something it shouldn't be eaten, but that's what hill giants eat best. They can eat anything.
Also, because I've got like the salt lick thing or whatever, can I tell what made it die or whatever? Isn't that?
Yeah, you can see off your salt lick.
Magical salt.
Hold on, I'm trying to find where I've got your character sheet.
I could like determine what killed it.
I mean, what killed it was Carlisle.
Not that I want to. No, I know, but like
you'd be able to do a survival constitution check to determine what killed it. But yeah, I mean, you'd be able to realize that it had its throat slit, and that's how it died. Because it died right in front of you.
You see Elijah just like put his hand like his throat for a sec.
But yeah, you'd be able to work out who killed it. But it would leave you there in the dark.
Turns around. Oh. Sees Carlisle and dead demon.
That was a whole lot of talking for that.
Mr. Carlisle, are you quite all right?
Yeah, I'm better now.
All right.
Glad somebody did it.
Suppose it's better than talking in circles.
Yeah, where to now then?
Turns around, looks at big cavern, question mark?
Yeah, if you go through a tunnel.
Actually doesn't have dark vision.
No.
Looks at the darkness.
Well, technically, light's still on, so you're getting the illumination of the tunnel.
I'm gonna pick up the rock and hand it.
Just keep kicking it down the road.
The glowing rock.
Thank you.
Further in?
You can go further in. You have to go through like a little kind of winding tunnel to get to the portion where the winds are.
Yeah, I think Tack would ask V, do you hear where the wind is coming from?
Oh yeah, I can do advantage perception.
You have really good hearing, right?
I do. 15, so good.
It's good enough to determine when, because there's only really one singular main tunnel that's behind you.
Okay, good.
This seems to be kind of like a closed-off cavern network. You can hear where it's kind of whistling through there.
This way. Lead carefully.
For you, largest, it is a very tight squeeze. You're going to have to be crawling on your belly, pulling yourself along.
I don't know if I like this. I don't want to go in.
Can you get back up through the hole?
I could climb the rope, yeah.
Oh my
Can
god.
that rope support you?
It's like a man grabbing a cheese string. It's going to snap.
I could just see what is up ahead with my 120 feet.
I don't want to get stuck.
I think if you just crawl, you might get stuck. I don't know.
I just worry. I don't know. I've seen a couple of cave videos and they stress me out.
That shit is scary as hell, dude.
You just have to inhale your lungs and squeeze through and hope that the tides aren't rising, and then you'll be fine.
This is like one of those.
Look at your shoulder.
For you, this is like one of those caving videos, but with Gulliver's Travels involved. You know, like you're surrounded by tiny people who are not stressed.
Yeah.
V, you want to go ahead?
It's quite spacious.
Maybe it's great to see like if it lets out, so I can provide some reassurance to largest.
You would step through and wind around this cavern, and then you step out. And the moment you do, you get hit by this kind of cooling air going past you. But the air smells slightly damper. Like there's a little bit of water vapor in it. And the moment you step out into this lip, you can see now the full extent of the Underdark. You are on a lip a couple 100 feet high. It's like standing on a ridge of a mountain, looking out at caverns of formations all around you. This place is dark in its corners, on its kind of walkways and the different portions against the sides of the inner caverns, or even the kind of great bridges that span across this place. It looks dark and not so illuminated, but in the depths of the Underdark are mushrooms and kind of natural light sources, even bugs that fly around in kind of their own little swarms, almost like fireflies lighting up the areas. You can kind of make this out like looking out from a mountain at night. You can see from your perspective. Give me throw a perception check out there for sight.
Okay. 17.
Okay, you from up here, this massive kind of caverns that span outwards. You see these great pillars of stone that go hundreds of feet into the ground and extend all the way up to the ceiling, like they're holding the world above them. And in the depths below, you can see civilization, a world parallel to yours. Right in the depths down there, you can see a Dwarga city, a massive dwarven city stood on these great big pillars that only come up halfway into the cavern space below. It's hundreds of feet below you, like you're peering down onto it. And you can see that the city's stood on these two, like, plinths almost, of these two pillars. They're surrounded by great chasms, but that are connected to, like, almost these walkways that go out to the kind of the main portions of the ground out there. You can see that the city seems to be split. Give me an insight check.
4? Good lord.
You're not an architect. Come on.
No.
All you can really make out is there's two sections of this city, but it's large in its kind of design. There's three kind of stone bridges that connect between the two plinths where the city stands. So it's kind of divided into this like two-section city. It has a great big stone bridge that leads off one side and one off the other that bring it into the kind of the mainland of the ground below. I think we lost Shayne, by the way, so you can see a couple of the cameras.
We did.
Yeah, his computer shut down for an update.
That's okay. It's okay.
Windows.
We'll take a break in a minute. You can also make out over to like the far left of you as well as this massive like tunnel system that kind of expands outwards, like stretching the Underdark into a whole other section. Filled with mushrooms that kind of connect around the ceilings. You can make out this seems to be like a mushroom folk colony of some kind, as you can see them wandering around in the mushrooms.
Oh wow!
And then that's it with a 17 right now. You can see other sections of like caverns and formations, other tunnels that lead off, but this seems to be like I said, it is like looking down from a mountain, a whole plain of different buildings and places and different routes and places you can go. The reason this has its own wind flow is because it's so huge underneath the ground.
Okay. V would commit all that to memory as best she can and run back to her group and begin relaying everything. And she seems very, like, maybe for the first time you see her a bit excited. She's never seen anything like quite so grand like this. And didn't really, it seems like she didn't have a concept of something like this being here.
And there was a giant bridge connecting two parts of a city and a tunnel system with mushrooms and mushroom people and
mushroom people.
Oh no.
It is grand. And
he's just like me for real.
Not the way out. Not that I could see.
But good to know that it's here.
Right. I don't presume Teppy is through there.
It could be.
Fucking just
You're
sorry, you
supposed
just
to be taking us to Teppy.
even me is annoyed now.
I say they travels.
Oh,
What the
cool.
hell? What happened?
That's a cool effect, dude. That's like a predator in your room.
Hold on.
Andy Warhol looking ass.
Oh my god.
If he isn't a monkey, then he's that, you know?
Those
cool.
are your options.
Mm-hmm.
But with an entrance, the Underdark can be found through many caverns of the world. It is technically bigger than the world above. Much like our seas in the real life are so unexplored, so is the Underdark in its kind of depths and possibilities. So what you've discovered is not necessarily a way out. I mean, potentially, if you go exploring down there. But instead, a way to enter the Underdark familiarly. You have this option here if you ever want to go exploring the Underdark.
Mark it on our map.
Sick.
Oh,
That's very
yeah.
cool.
Like Underdark is never not like a 60 session.
Right, yeah. In case you guys want to do a follow-up
Top
campaign.
down.
You know,
Yeah.
quick in and out.
Just a
in
little
like
quick,
the
let's go have
Underdark.
20-minute adventure.
Fine.
The
We
Underdark has a
decide
lot of
there.
possibility.
A
Yeah.
cafe in the
one-
Dwerger
what's
city and then leave, right?
Just like a quick buffet at the mushroom folk and
Right.
out the cave, up the rope.
Every moment
Yeah.
we don't spend
Fix
going
in
to
their
Teppy is one more
shops.
chance Largest forgets who Teppy is.
I know, it's fair, right? We really need to be like
He could
focused,
be down
dude.
there. He gets around.
But with this
Fucking Teppy.
means of heading down into the Underdark found, it is not the direct route to Teppy, but it's a route into the Underdark of the world that can be explored now or another time. But you have yourselves the still the more gemstone that you found. You have eaten the rock on the wall. With your pathway back up to Teppy there for you, we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break, let you guys stretch your legs and whatnot, and we'll get back into the episode once we come back. So we'll see you guys then.
It's
Okay.
one session. One in and out.
One more pop down there. All right, we'll see you guys soon. And then for you guys in the chat, I will quickly do a 3-minute break if we need to. Let's see when the last one was ran. Yeah, we'll push back the old ads. 3 minutes, and then we'll see you then. But also, thank you so much to some of the subs that have come in. We're trying to push to keep above the 200. So thank you very much to Utmost Toast, I believe. Oh, maybe I always say thank you, but thank you again, Utmost Toast and Premium for those tier 3s again. I appreciate it. Okay. I'd let the group know. Unmute in 1 minute. Okay. All right. I'll tell them I'm a mute in chat and we'll get straight back into it. So. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh.
And I know Dodger's AFK, but we can just bring it back to it because it is just you guys. I guess deciding if you want to go into the Underdark, but most likely deciding how you're going to climb back up. Or really, that question comes down to one major person.
I realize
one
my
guy.
vote counts for like half, but I want to go to the fucking Underdark.
I'm sorry.
That sounds
This
cool
is how
as heck.
Gmart joins us full time.
Does sound cool as heck.
Look, you said there were
But-
giant bridges and like walkable tunnels. It's like it was made for me. It's accessible.
But we do have a time limit on the other stuff.
We could just go do what we need to do, and then we can all come back.
And then we can come back. We know where it is.
That's true. Gmart's
That's
character,
true.
as long as he survives, can always come back.
I'm not fucking dead.
Survive.
This guy has almost been
planning
dead
something.
like 4 times.
Yep.
Speaking of, you still owe me a heal. You said that would happen
That's
when I
right, he
jumped
hasn't
down
been
the
healed
hole,
yet.
and you haven't done it.
Yeah.
You got a
And
scab
then you
forming
stole
on your
my
knee.
food that would have healed me because you just made fun of me because you're like, I'm a doctor.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Anyway, how are we getting out of the hole?
I like the idea of us all just sort of like peering into this cavern, seeing
like,
like this whole
wow.
civilization, and we just turn around. We're like,
Wow.
well,
Okay. Well,
we've got other stuff to do.
one person pulls out a parchment to like mark it on the map. It's like, let's get out of here.
That's quaint.
It's like a whole world down here. Fantastic. Let's go.
Okay, but actually though, how am I getting out of this hole? I might just grab the rope.
Dude, you gotta
Wait.
consult.
No,
with,
hold
like,
on.
Wait till the rest of
on
us
how
go
you get out of
first.
this hole at this
Whoa.
Oh, wait.
I would
have
recommend
something.
going before me.
Oh,
Oh,
You do too? I do. Let me know what you
No.
have, and I'll let you know what I have. See which one's cheaper.
I have a second level.
Hey, me too. It might be the same.
Hey! Should we do
I was
whichever
looking-
one's funnier?
I mean, this one's pretty funny.
Okay, what's yours?
Spider climb.
Same!
Okay.
hell yeah! There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
we
that
have
would work.
to. Just the visual, come on.
It'd be terrifying, but it would work.
Yeah. I just had to make
Just
sure there was
walk
like a size
walking
restriction.
vertically. Yeah,
But you can't because it's like
Yeah,
not
you'd have to
super
crawl.
wide, so you'd have to like.
like Spider-Man.
You just, yeah. All right. Well,
We doing that?
I guess we head back
Yeah, then.
to the bottom
Yeah,
of
we're
the
not,
hole.
we're not doing Underdark.
Yeah.
So
Walk
how are you
back.
getting out? Well, you'd technically be there. Only V went ahead to look at
Oh
the
yeah.
Right,
things, so you guys are all under
Yeah.
the hole anyway.
We'd have to make checks to climb. Oh.
Yeah.
But you got the rope.
We got
The
rope
rope
got
drops
the
the
rope.
DC by quite a bit.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I have to resist playing largest as like problematically dumb.
The more problematically.
Wait, you've
dumb you
resisted?
There's
No, I'm
been
kidding.
so many times. where I
The
just
higher the
like,
odds are that when you eat shit, everyone goes,
Maybe it's meant to be.
Man, rest in peace. Wish there was something we could do.
Like
Rip Bozo.
you know, like
It was only a matter of time, honestly.
Thanks, and I just grabbed the rope and just like, oh.
The whole like rock that it was tied to just like comes down.
Hits you in the head.
Ow! Now you have a concussion too.
Yeah.
All right, how are we getting out of this hole? Are we all just climbing up the rope? I can. What? How much farther is it to Teppy? Do you even know where Teppy is? How far is it to Teppy?
It's right outside the cave, and you hook a right, and then you're almost there.
Oh,
Just
okay.
Almost. How far?
Joe, would I
Annoyed.
know how far it actually is? Because right now I'm just bullshitting.
Survival check.
Give me a what?
Just give me
Survival
straight
check.
wisdom because you
You
definitely
got
don't have that
this.
thing.
Wisdom?
I feel like next place you bring us to and Teppy's not there, we leave your character
Yeah.
there because
Yeah.
you're
We're just like-
supposed to be
Blame
used-
you.
We're gonna find him just as well without him, right?
7. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
Fucking hell.
You've mostly found Teppy through two things: Jerry and luck. And you haven't seen Teppy in a long time, so.
But he's out there somewhere.
He's out there. There's only
Is
so
Teppy
many
real?
places
He's
that you
real
have
to
go.
me.
Oh my
Like, can you describe what Teppy looks like? Does insight check to see if he's real.
Like a bug.
There's only 2 directions in the valley, and we did one.
Yeah.
We went one way. It just has to be the other way.
Yeah, you did make
So
it.
surely-
Process of elimination. We got
He's
this.
somewhere, or he's in the Underdark. I don't know.
Like he moves.
Yeah, he's
the wanderer, that Teppy.
Joe, does he move? I think he moves. That
Not
sounds
much.
He's
right
a
in my
nomad.
lore in my head.
So what are you doing to get out of the hole?
What are we doing to get out? Are we all just climbing up the rope? Are we going to?
Rope will be in athletics or acrobatics, but low DC
Oh my
because
God.
you've got a rope.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm gonna do the climb.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have another option.
Yeah.
I mean, I
can do the
can
climb.
I can polymorph someone. I can spider climb someone.
we
It's just
got
polymorph
this.
is a 4th level spell in case
Can
we
I
like
just
run
like
into
hold
something
on
else.
to
Yeah, I was
largest?
gonna say, like, you got this.
Yeah, if we
big
spider
Yeah.
climb.
Spider climb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
large
We
is
can
lo-
hold on to him.
Right.
large enough to carry, I would say, 4 medium creatures without really having an
I'm
issue.
not.
Catch
I
a
got no strength or
ride.
dex.
I have
Really, like, probably nasty, stinky ride though. Like,
Yeah, no,
right?
I'm
Real
not-
bad.
If I have to roll acrobatics, I will fall and eat shit. So I will ride the stinky
Imagine
spider.
thinking you will fall and not the -1 dex.
I have a 2 to
athletics,
acrobatics, and I have a -1 to athletics.
My athletics is my highest
a
thing, so
ride.
I'll
Catch a
climb.
ride, dude.
I'll tell you the DC. The DC is 10, so
Yeah, I still.
Good work.
I'm real bad.
What,
Still do.
athletics?
or athletics or
acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Or
Your choice.
acrobatics.
Well,
It's too close for me.
If I rage, do I get advantage in athletics?
Mhm.
Okay, slay. Back in fight blood, whatever.
Back in blood.
Yeah,
blood.
see,
I fucking cut the rope. I kill us
Yeah, my
both.
rage.
Under her breath.
you didn't mean it this time. That's
There's nothing to kill.
Gusto.
If anyone is taking the rope, I think Carlisle would go first so we can get to the top and make sure
Okay.
that it's
Yeah,
secured
I am
for
bad
the
at
others
that. I
because
don't
they're
wanna
both
take the
likely
rope.
heavier than hit.
Go for it.
Yeah. I'll take it after
So-
you.
That's a nat 20. On
Wow, show off.
Carlisle makes it look very
Oh,
easy.
okay.
He gets up there very
God
fast,
damn.
nimbly. He's comfortable with it the whole time. Yeah, you go up there very
It looks
fast.
like he's used to doing this kind of thing.
We're getting Carlisle lore seeds here.
Mm.
Ropes
Slimer.
and contracts.
Yeah, you both.
climb it.
Okay, both
All right.
V and Carlisle managed to make it up. Morgaine, you hit the minimum that you needed,
Girl.
and it is a hard climb for you. By the
I'm
top,
also in plate.
yeah, you are
I've
wearing
got to
plate
climb up
armor,
140 feet in plate.
carrying
God
rope
bless.
up 140 feet. It is. By the time you get to the top, it's very like your hands are a little bit shaky, your muscles are tired. That was a workout. You need to kind of
Just
lie down.
lays out on the ground in a stop.
Yeah.
if Jerry climbed out, I can climb out.
Oh boy.
That's very fair, dear.
And he's just gonna kind of start like
Hitch a ride.
trying to grip the wall. He's not going for the rope. You're lucky.
Give me an athletics check.
He's just athletics.
Well, we'll
okay.
spider climb him.
Okay,
You can do
Who's
that
doing
while I'm attempting it, but I'm just gonna attempt it.
The idea of like Largest tying the rope around his waist like a bungee cord that will save him if it all goes wrong.
I'll do it. It's fine. It's only a second level slot.
Okay.
Here, dear. This will help you.
You can roll anyway to see how much of it your own.
9.
Yeah, you would have. You'd put your hands out and you think you're putting the strength in. What you don't really realize is your fingers have kind of almost changed, and your feet and your fingers have changed to kind of have these almost gripping portions on them to create almost this spider bite-like effect. Yeah, like a little bit of stickiness, and you manage to start climbing your way out, and you realize it's fairly easy.
I knew I could do it.
Anyone who's above you right now, like Morgan, as you're climbing, you just look below you. It's just massive giant just kind of behind you. But yeah, you'd be able to make it up with that. Is anyone hitching a ride with Largest?
I'll hitch.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you can grab onto a bit of cloth.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta either let him know or grab on because he's not stopping.
When I cast it, I'll grab on.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, he's leaving now. Grab on quick.
Grab on to like you're kind of like dangling and holding on. But yeah, he'd be able to carry several of you up there. And get you out of the hole. Which would bring all of you back to the surface, where you managed to arrive back in the cave that you were familiar with before.
Sick.
Nice.
Carlisle's gonna
The
take
old
the rope
cave.
back out and coil it back. I do want that rope.
Yep, you'd have your
You
three
just stole
sets.
the rest of our rope.
Yeah, you just his rope now.
Roll initiative.
Let's be real, you don't need it.
Sleight of hand takes all of it.
Fireball.
You
Give
would
me
never
that
realize
rope.
Only returns 40 feet of rope.
This looks frayed at the end. I don't think when I gave it to you, it was frayed.
Just
Carlisle
stealing
will
a foot of
split it
rope
and be
every
like,
time.
You guys want this back?
No, have it, a gift.
Oh.
That's awfully kind.
Yeah.
Is it better?
carry my 20 pounds of rope, champ.
Is it better to split it up so we all have rope if we need it, or you can keep?
Well, you know how to tie a rope?
I will
I
not be using rope for much of anything.
He's gonna use it as floss, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't want to give it to. I mean, I'll carry it, but I think you should just keep my rope, dear.
Carlisle, hang on to the rope.
Got a bit of bird stuck in my teeth.
To everyone else, that's the entire head.
People don't know how to tie the rope. There's not much point in having the rope. It's just kind of something.
And
that
Ross
never
is like, I
For
read a
sure.
book once on knots, but I'm not quite good at doing them. I know how, intellectually, of course.
Not quite good at doing them.
Nice.
Where the hell is Teppy?
He's out this way, and I kind of.
You head on out.
Lead us over to the
Dear God.
entrance of the cavern where we came in from.
Yeah, you would be able to come in through that way, pass back. You would arrive back towards the kind of the watered area where the pond was, where the Kuatel was, and as they kind of see you arrive back, a couple of them who are kind of sitting there as scouts, one of them picks up a little conch shell and blows and goes, and you start seeing the water ripple, and then more jump out of the water, kind of ready with their weapons. And you'd see one of the kind of secondary leaders leaps and goes, "Do you have payment for the way back?"
You gotta be kidding.
Can I just eat the crab now?
You paid enough for both ways.
200 gold rubies should surely have been enough.
That's what I thought.
And a silken pearl. You know?
They kind of back off, and they you can see the leader then kind of pops out, and you can see instead of the silken pearl, they've got it almost wearing like a wig on its head. It almost looks like a kind of a powdered wig that a.
Oh no, is it stretched out the power and worn it as a hat?
It's kind of almost like drapes down its head. Looks like kind of kelp on the top, and it comes out.
Oh my god.
Let these ones pass. But if you ever come back through this way, you must pay.
I'm really hungry, guys. Can I just have like 1 or 2 fish? This is ridiculous.
Like actual fish, not the kuatoa. You mean like
It's all the same.
Dude, you sound like my daughter when she hasn't eaten in 20 minutes. Like, I'm starving. You're punishing me.
Why are you like this? You're the meanest parents.
If I was here alone, I would just help myself.
Oh, I'm passed through.
He is. They were just slowly start dipping into the water.
Go quickly.
Oh, now they're getting away. This is why I need it fastest.
All diving into the water.
I'm sure we'll find something else through the right on the way to Teppy. There's got to be more food.
We'd better.
Stop to speak.
I think you might have better luck just eating things instead of asking us.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
So are you just passing?
Definitely
Are you just
not
passing over the lake? Yeah.
There's actual consequences.
in the corner, largest will remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
You can pass over the general lake, and obviously, if you want to do anything, you can interrupt me. But otherwise,
Is the crab still like there? Did he sink back down?
Damn it, dude.
I'm just
he's not.
asking
He's not on the
questions, I'm just asking
surface.
questions.
He's not on the surface.
If
have a
I were
snorkel?
wading through the water, could I feel him with my feet?
He said, "Can I bob for apples?"
Go ahead and give me.
If Largest gets pulled under the water, he's gone for good.
We are
we find
leaving.
Teppy another way. As far as I'm concerned, I'm telling you.
Give me a
this.
survival check as you're just kind of like reaching out for it. So it's a wisdom one again. Is the hunter's check.
This is absolutely psychotic.
No, you're kicking the water away. If there's a crab there, it's definitely moved away from you. Because you're making a lot of splash.
This is why you.
Focus.
This is why you shouldn't let guests be 50-foot tall, Joe, because they start throwing their weight around and they're power gaming the group. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
What are you gonna do? Tell me no?
I mean, after we find Teppy, yes.
Who can say? Yeah.
You don't even know where Teppy is. Like he said, we can just find him on our own.
Yeah, but we don't know that he doesn't know. That's the thing.
He's right down the road.
You would
What road?
This road.
pop out of the water area and you get
Gestures.
back into the main valley. And there is the other spiraling direction that you didn't go down because you chose to go down this
that
way
way.
instead. Okay, you take that route and start kind of wandering through that valley.
It's definitely this way. I know it for sure.
It's a good like
Right.
chunk of walk, and probably about an hour or so goes by. And it looks like you're kind of going down a couple of valleys. But this time, a lot of the connecting ones are not spiraling off into kind of like a maze-like structure. It looks far more straightforward going down the main way. And then you would pass into this other portion of a valley where there doesn't seem to be any magical vents opened up. And it seems kind of quieter, less creatures, less critters around here. And in the middle of this valley, that is probably about 80 feet wide, you can see hanging between two trees, one up on top of the left side of the like the portion of the valley up the top, a massive tree there, like an oak, and opposite another oak on the other side. And hanging on these great ropes is a hammocked house. It's this massive hammock, kind of built of wood and woven rope and kind of different kind of cloths and whatnot. They've kind of pieced together to almost hang as this kind of cradle. It's attached to both the trees, hangs down into the valley. It also has these kind of weight devices on both sides that can almost be like adjusted to pull down and kind of lower it. All across these kind of like pillars below the home itself, that kind of like jut up like larger stalagmites, are a series of beehives all the way down, each one. You, upon approaching, as you're walking, you'd see as this kind of like device on the bottom, hanging off the bottom of his home, just at the edge of it, is this kind of large ballista. Roll perception check for sight.
Copy that.
Well, it's more like a catapult, I should say, actually. Less
Are
than a
the
ballista.
beehives actual beehives?
28.
Or are they his house?
Why are you talking like that?
The beehives are all on these pillars below the house. Like, he's hanging probably about 60 feet up. Probably about 40 feet up.
Can I reach them?
Oh my god.
Not yet, you can't. Like, they're the,
I'm gonna
you guys are
abstain from
good,
the
like,
roll, Joe.
That's fair, that's fair. You, with the 28, Carlisle, you can make it out. On Tech, you can just make it out. But Carlisle, you catch onto it first. You see the moment that you kind of step into this area. It's less of a ballista. It's more like an upside down catapult. But you can see this creature is rushing around. You can just make out in the distance as you're kind of coming to the valley. This creature's rushed into this catapult, sitting into like a device, is strapping up and has tied something to the catapult, ready to go as he sees this giant come into the valley. And you can make out with the 28. It looks to be a one-winged fairy. It's a small person with kind of a wing that hangs off to the side.
What are the chances there's another one?
And
I know where he is.
you see it kind of like grab something at the side and he starts wheeling something, and it pulls this kind of great big kind of cone, and you just hear him kind of call out, and he says, "Oi! Giant! Don't come any closer! I thought I already traded with you!"
Oh no.
What?
I thought I already traded with you!
I brought friends.
Waves.
Kind of looks down. What do you want?
Wait, what do you guys want?
Information.
Info!
What?
Can I come in?
We just need to ask you some questions.
What about?
I'm coming in.
No! And you come closer, I'm throwing this.
Lodge just starts walking closer.
And all steps back.
That's it. I'm warning you, Giant, not a step further.
I thought maybe
Why
they
are
were
you
like
being
friends.
mean?
I thought that was the implication as
We
well.
made a deal. Are you still walking towards him?
Go on
Lodge
now.
just has
Conclude
stopped,
your
but he's
character
got
arc.
1 foot like hovering. Like he's doing that
Come on.
thing where it's like, don't touch
Like
the
in the
ground.
air.
He's like,
Yeah, I'm not
like, I'm
touching you.
touching it.
Yeah.
Like,
Get gunned down
I'm
in front of us.
dies to ballista.
Close the book on your story.
I don't remember any deal.
I gave you a rock not to eat me.
I'm not here to eat you.
Wall of persuasion checks. That's charisma.
You got this. This is gonna go really well,
You guys taught him all about lying.
I believe.
What did you say? Wisdom? Charisma?
No, charisma.
13? That's pretty fucking
That's
good.
pretty good.
For a -2?
For this guy, yeah.
Good.
Okay. Okay.
Guys, we can help him too. Guidance? Was there anything?
I don't
This is
have
his
it.
fight.
Guidance is
Oh my
now
God, you wanna
gonna what you'd have to do
This
for
is
this.
his battle. He's so
kid.
done with me.
This is his fight.
He's stepping
funny.
forward into the
You're
live
a
fire
sick,
zone.
you're a sick fuck.
Jesus,
Yeah, it says live fire. Do not enter.
You realize if they fire on him, then they're gonna fire on us, right? Like,
You guys could probably talk better than me.
I'll let you get a little closer. But I want you to know that you and your friends have got a way
There we go. You and
to
your friends.
deal with you.
Okay, we can wait.
All right.
You got anything to eat?
No.
Don't.
Okay. Find another valet.
You've got 5 wheels of cheese. We just need to talk to him.
Oh yeah.
Just have a cheese. Or something.
Okay,
One
we'll
of the gross
wait.
ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, but I don't know why he's in such a mood.
Did
He's
you try
usually
to?
quite lovely.
Did you try to eat Teppy?
I mean, maybe
Before.
like once.
Hey Joe, out of character, how did he lose his wing?
Did I try to eat Teppy?
No, that was something.
Did
that
I-
was like
did we
before
eat
you
his
guys.
wing? Okay,
No.
I was like, did we nibble his wing off?
Did I have a nibble? Did I sample the platter? Like,
Did I
what
do
happened?
this? Okay, cool.
Just pick it.
So I'm trying to remember the sequence of events that got us here.
It's been a bit.
Yeah, so there were the guys in the vault. Like
Yes.
Bree was saying,
There
the
were-
one
there
guy
were-
was saved by the Lago girl,
Yes.
who was like, I got
I
Calic.
can get you out.
Yeah.
I know some shady dudes. They're good guys.
Yeah.
They could get you out of
Get you
here. We
out.
went to talk to the good guys.
Yes.
They
And
sent us this way
They sent us
Right.
the largest to
And
to
largest
Teppy.
to Teppy,
who
'cause
apparently
Teppy is
smuggled
actually-
safely. Yeah. Teppy smuggled Calig away safely.
he's the actual smuggler.
Yeah.
Yes.
He made him disappear,
Okay.
they said.
Oh my god. Okay.
Right?
This is a multi-step quest.
It is. Yeah.
It's involved,
Yes.
yeah.
Was that sorry?
Yeah.
It's got some layers. It's an onion.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an
yeah.
involved
It's got
quest,
layers.
yeah.
Involved, yeah.
And you had to help me with Jerry. That was a very important step to get to the ferry. Yeah.
He climbs up into
Definitely
his
the right
house.
way and not at all.
He pulls on a couple of
Extraneous.
like these ropes, and you can see his home. Like the weights go, dum, dum, and start dropping his home slowly
That's
down towards
awesome.
the ground. And it kind of hovers a good like 5 feet off the floor as he kind of climbs out. And then he steps forward, waves you over to come up closer.
Comes over.
And you're not
Walks
gonna
over.
shoot me.
Kind of reaches around for this kind of like megaphone device on the bottom. He has to lift up a portion of his house, kind of lean down and goes, "If you try and eat me, I will."
How big is this guy?
Okay.
He's like a fairy, right?
Leans
He's
up.
like,
He's like
Easy.
is he fairy size like we think of fairies? Like,
No, so
fucking, like-
he's probably about
Is he like a humanoid?
he's
He's,
probably
like,
about the size of a
small.
halfling. So he's only about a
Okay.
few foot tall, like about 3'5". So he's quite short, like the size of a kind of a like a I don't know 7-8-year-old kid. So he's still quite small. But he as you kind of like wander up, he's definitely staring up at largest the most, and he kind of looks at your crew and he's like, "You'd see that." Teppy, the first time as you get closer, you can see all the bees are flying around calmly. You can also get the makeshift at the moment where you can see this almost like large, almost like wrapped around cloth device is going against a kind of a hole in the actual wall of the side of the valley itself. And you can see, for you, Morgaine, you can see that he's draining up magic. He's as you get closer, you can see he's actually bringing in a series of kind of transmutation magic into his house. He stands there before you, and you can see Teppy is not your usual fairy in terms of appearances. He looks closer to like Alan Grant in Jumanji. He's got like a gruffy beard, hair coming across, very wild man, one wing that kind of jagged twitches almost like nervously at his side, with one of his wings missing. He's got a little bit of a limp arm on the right where he's kind of damaged it, but he keeps like shaking it almost like out of habit. But he wears almost kind of flowered clothing you would expect something from like the Fae, but it's definitely tattered. It almost looks like a lot of the leaves are cut, and he's kind of stitched it together with other just any kind of branches and twigs he can get. So he looks very kind of wild man. And he goes, "Okay,
I don't understand how you are walking around with this guy.
That's easy to explain, actually. We were tasked with finding you. We believe we might have a mutual friend.
Right?
Were you asked to smuggle someone named Calig?
What do they look like?
They were dwarf, right?
Yeah, red-headed dwarf.
Oh! Yeah. Yeah, that was some time back, though.
Yes.
Do you know where he is now?
Yep.
Or could you point us in the right direction?
Oh, I don't need to point you, I can show you, but... kind of goes against the idea of smuggling him out there if I'm gonna just hand you over to him.
Well, there are a lot of people looking for him right now.
Yeah, I can see 6 of them right now, 7 including him.
We have his best intentions in mind, whereas the others may not.
What was the Lago's name? Because like he knows her, right?
Put it down.
I don't think he does.
Or he knows.
Because he was hired by Turnip and them,
Lago
right?
nurse.
But he might know Turnip and what's
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Nurse Phoenix.
Nurse Phoenix is the nurse. Jarl and Turnip are the
Jarl and Turnip. I forgot. I knew it was Turnip. Do you know Jarl and Turnip?
Oh, yeah. I used to do some work with those little lads. How are they doing?
Yeah, they're doing all right.
Wait, was Turnip my cousin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was talking about my cousin. How do you know my cousin?
Turnip tasked us with finding you and said his cousin, Gestures, could help us find you.
That's me.
We followed a sequence of
Okay.
people.
Amazing.
Okay.
Look, I get that it goes against the way that you operate, surely, but help us out and we promise we'll take him with us. And you won't have to deal with him anymore.
To me?
Shh.
Roll a
Pats his
persuasion check
leg.
with advantage.
You didn't have to roll. He's like, yes, anything.
A 22.
The DC is a 1.
If you got good intentions for the lad, then sure, why not? Okay. Yeah, I'll show you ways. I mean, I could take you there myself. He can't fit inside, but you have to walk us behind it. And don't step on my bees.
Okay, I won't step on your bees.
Okay. Well, everyone aboard.
When he's not looking, I'm going to grab the beehive.
He's got about 20. So you just grab one of the
With my
beehives.
hand, I'm gonna try to well, just real quick.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Which is dexterity.
Could be worse. 15.
I'm gonna roll to see if he sees you.
Oh my god.
He has his back turned as you do it. You can feel like a couple of stings in your mouth. A couple of like tiny,
like pop rocks.
But yeah, it's kind of exactly right. Like they're so tiny to you. This is like
nice.
They're like the size of fleas to you, I guess. So they're like you might get a little couple of whelps to come up, and it might get a bit itchy, but it is like a very nice little crunchy sugar treat. It's like eating a sugar cube. So yeah, you crunch that down, and you go, okay. Hop on the hammock. I'll get us there.
I can't believe that.
All right. Climbs on.
He waits for all of you to get on, and then pulls to the side, grabs this kind of big wheel, like turning like wooden leather, yanks it, and you can see the weights go pull up, and the whole kind of hammock rises up into the air with you guys. You're dangling about 40 foot up from the ground, and he looks back and goes, "You'll have to follow, okay?"
How do I follow? Isn't it up into like a fucking tree or something?
No, he's now like head height to you in his hammock.
Oh, gotcha.
He hasn't really said how it's going to move, but the valley carries on going around.
Okay.
He goes over to another section and he wraps this kind of portion up and then pulls another lever, and you can see with a cloth device that's wrapped onto the vent on the wall goes folds back up into his house, and you can now see like some of the magic is spiraling into the air. And then he steps over to one side, and he looks up at the two trees, steps to one side again, and then pulls on something, knocks back this drink, and goes, "Ah! Hey, Oak, move!" And you see the two trees go break out of the ground, stretch their arms, and then begin walking side by side on the valley. On some of the gaps, they like stretch across, and then like almost like use their roots to kind of climb across them. And you're kind of getting this almost like it's a bit of a jaunty motion, but he takes you very slowly through the valley, but it's safely above like any of the kind of critters on the bottom. And the trees begin kind of walking. You are kind of walking speed behind him as he does so. But he has comfortable like rooms. You can see right in the center, he's got these almost like couch area where he's got like cushioned areas where he's gathered a bunch of almost like bird nests. He's kind of created these almost like couches inside of his hammock. It's like one of those like speaking holes that people put into their homes. Like it's like almost this rounded portion of the middle of his
sunken
his hammock. Yeah, like the sunken little island ones. And he's got his bed over to one side. It's almost kind of this cabin feel in here. It's got several layers. His catapult at the bottom has this kind of wrapped around flask in it that's like locked off that he was going to shoot at largest. He sits down inside the home and kind of rests his feet up, sits cross-legged, and just leans back on the cushions and just kind of looks at all of you and goes, "So, what's the whole deal?"
What do you mean by that?
What you going after the lad for? What you want with that dwarf? What'd you say his name? Callum?
Were you privy to why he was being smuggled? I
Fuck
suppose
no.
not.
No. I don't ask questions. I trade, I get paid, I move on.
He was thought to be dead. Smuggling him was part of the process of convincing people that he died as was expected. But since he's alive, he knows things that are dangerous to know, I suppose is the easiest way to explain.
What I remember of that lad is that on the way out here, he was... He'd seen some shit. I don't ask
What did he say?
He did not sleep. He was muttering to himself a lot. He was constantly going on about how, like, he was always scared something was trying to kill him. Talk to himself a lot. A lot of voices in his head, that one.
And how long ago was it that you brought him?
Oh, I don't know, 7, 8 blessings ago? A while back now. It's just surprising. I mean, I'm assuming he's still here. I've not really known people to leave this place. But,
Is it a sanctuary of some sort, or?
Yeah, we're going to the, a monastery in the mountain. The Way of Absent Light is the following that they do. It's a mountain of pure darkness. They live with no light, and I don't know what they really study, but it's a whole thing about, I don't know, peace in the darkness and all that kind of stuff. But the monks there, I trade often with them. I trade them honey. They don't get much outside food and whatnot, so they go nuts for any honey I make. So,
Has anybody? I don't think Andrasa would have, but has anybody heard of this Way of Absent Light?
Roll a history check. If you feel like you might know about kind of portions
I don't think she would.
It's in all weathers, so you can if you want attack, for sure.
I have 14.
You might have heard it as like a kind of passing name of a kind of a monastery in general. Like there's a lot of monk practices out there. They like to live in solitude. This one seems to be quite old. Would come up a couple of times in books of being at least 200 to 300 years old. But it does seem to be like kind of just one of the traditions that monks might follow. And you might also know that it's located near Marigold in general, which is you guys are not too far out.
Right.
I've led a couple of people there before. I don't really do people jobs most of the time. I try to smuggle some things from the Feywild, into the material plane. So that was where my specialities lie. But, sometimes people need to disappear. And I'll be honest with you, most of the time I just take them here. It's a good place to live out your days if you want a little peace and quiet.
In the dark.
Well, they whole thing is about how the dark is more peaceful than the light. So, what did they say something about it? Shadows only exist when there's light, or something along those lines. They say it a lot more fancy than I do, but, Would you like some honey?
What is?
Yes.
I don't actually. Would I know a honey? Probably.
There would be bees.
This is your new
there would
snack.
be bees up there.
Okay,
Check for
yeah.
honey.
Well, I'm from somewhere very cold.
You'd have like little snacks of citrus water and
The
like little honey.
the land without light has a lot of snow, a lot of cold in it, but there is also pockets of like warmth. So you might have
Okay,
seen it.
cool.
It's probably a rare snack.
Perfect.
He would kind of go to one section where there's like a shelf where he's kind of got all of these jars tied down. He unwraps one, opens the jar, kind of just puts it into the middle, scoops out a bit with his hand, kind of licks it off. Feel free to dig in. It's not too far of a journey here. You could probably get a little shut-eye. A couple hours or so it'd take them to climb across. The trees aren't the fastest, so apologies for that. But we'll get there in comfort and away from any of the nasty little fuckers on the ground.
Is it It's nighttime now, right? Because we rested, but it was still the original day.
Yeah.
It was like evening, so like now it's night. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, I guess rest. Is this how long?
Yeah, I
On
mean,
a
you
short
can
rest.
if you guys want to skip to the 2 hours, you can if you want. Unless there's anything you want to ask.
What do I got going on outside of the house?
It's very much a case of this portion, as you get in a little bit deeper in, there doesn't seem to be much danger. You can occasionally see some creatures on the ground. You'd see some various smaller creatures that are kind of pulling on some snacks that they've grabbed. They've hunted some other things in the valley. So you can try and grab something.
I'm just so peckish. Been so long.
It's going to be a...
It's been 20 minutes.
I would say this is going to be
forever.
It's going to be a dexterity check to see
Of
if you
course,
can quickly
because
catch
that's what
something.
Fastest was good at.
Yeah.
17. Give me those snacks.
Yeah, you'd see a point where this worm comes out of the wall, kind of like is like pulling something in, and it turns to go in this hole. You manage to quickly grab it by the back and like you kind of pull it out. To everyone else, is like a large worm. This would be a fight, but to you can like almost grab it, kind of almost like a giant piece of
Like
spaghetti.
spaghetti, yeah.
Uh,
Does that count for my like healing by eating?
Yeah, you could get your healing by eating.
passive.
You could passively do that over the next couple hours. So also spend some hit dice to heal up as well, if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm still fucked up from that jump because Carlisle lied.
Wow.
I think
He was
you-
going
Carlisle
through some
lied and Largest died.
And Largest died.
You have-
Don't let him forget that.
For your short rest, you have 5d12 plus your 4 that you can add to each one of those that you can spend on healing. So you can take the short rest of just like light travel at this pace. You'd carry on for a little while and eventually kind of, again, if you want to ask him anything, do anything, you can interrupt. Otherwise,
Can I ask Teppy something?
yeah, absolutely.
She's just staring at his wing. Like, pretty intensely, probably socially rudely.
So can I help you?
What happened?
Oh. Well, it's torn off me. When I was escaping the Fae.
It didn't come from a very nice form of people. I mean, they're nice enough if you can sing, but I'm as tone deaf as they come. I'm like a wilting flower in a garden kept by someone with a lot of respect for colors. But on the way out, they clipped it.
V looks like she has just been fucking punched in the gut.
I was a younger man then, though, and the chorus court is better off without me.
The what court?
Chorus.
Chorus?
I'm sorry that this has happened to you.
Don't be. It was so long ago. Honestly, I've forgotten what it was like to fly anyway.
She looks sad when she hears that.
And you know, I'd happily lose another wing if it means keeping the fuck away from them. If you find yourself in the Feywild, try not to stop by those bastards. They, unless you can sing, of course, in which case you'll have a great time. Why?
I had wings once.
Did you? What happened to yours?
She'll hesitantly pull her cloak back and show the scars on her back.
Now, I'm guessing you did not take those yourselves.
Mm.
Clipped.
Same as you, clipped. Or ripped off, rather.
Mm. Well, I can take our flight from us, but not our spirit. Besides, in this world, there's a lot more ways to fly than just wings.
Hmm.
If you think about it, he kind of looks at his trees. But what kind of flying now? It's a lot less effort.
I hadn't considered this perspective.
Well, when you're alone in a foreign land, positivity is your best comfort friend. Because if you let in all the negativity, well, there's nothing lonelier than that. Focus on the good. At least they didn't take your life. Did you give them what for, though?
Not yet.
Oh. At least you have something to look forward to, then.
Very much so.
Kind of adjusts his wing now, and you can see he kind of almost tucks it away, feeling awkward for even just having one. And kind of push it aside. And if you really hate it, just join the monks. They seem to get by with whatever ailments and problems they have. The place is beyond peaceful. Thought about joining it themselves, but I talked too much. The trees stop, and you can now see you're at the portion of the mountain connecting to it. And just below where the mountain is, you can see that there's almost this kind of like walled off section, like embedding into the mountain, this kind of walkway path, and this great door on the front. The door looks almost like it has this great big symbol of open eyes on it, but empty where the iris and pupil should be. They kind of lock off the door. The seam of it straight down the middle. It seems like a great big, almost like stonework door. And there's a staircase, closed-off staircase that leads down to it, but it's about 20 foot off the valley floor. Like it was designed after the valley split away. So also before the valley split away. So the staircase actually stops, and you can see now where there is a series of rocks and steps that like Teppy or anyone who's kind of traveled there since has kind of pushed together. And it's like these rocks being pushed up against the wall, and the steps being kind of makeshifted
to lead up to this staircase that leads up to this great door. The door itself is probably about 10 foot tall and about 6 feet wide. So it's quite a large door, but not quite giant size large. And you'd see as the trees stop and kind of embed themselves in. It's, okay, well, we're here, up at the doorway. I'll get you inside. They'll be through. They'll be pretty hospitable with you. I mean, they try to keep their people protected, so I wouldn't get on their bad side and don't give them a reason to lock you out. But you kind of pulls on one of the ropes and you can hear that as the weights come down and starts lowering the hammock down to the ground, hanging about 5 foot off the ground. And yeah?
Sorry.
There you go.
I think Tack at some point, once they got there, would ask, was he given a new name, or would he be going by the same name? Do you know?
This place, you kind of leave your name at the door. It's kind of a place for wanderers to come and hide away. I know a couple of the monks, though. Tamora, she's lovely. If you ask for her, just say Teppy sent you. I mean, I can come over there with you. I'll get you into the doorway. It's simple little password. I can tell
Thank you.
It's light blinds answers. So that's all you have to say. Light blinds answers. You know, in case the big guy eats me on the way there.
I might.
And he climbs off of it. Begins walking up towards the makeshift staircase, wandering up towards the door. Leaving you guys if you want to follow or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
I don't believe
Why'd
you're
you
going to
make me
fit
walk?
largest.
I can't make it. How do I get in?
You might need to stay while we do this.
Oh, like wait here?
We're just talking to someone, that's it.
Yeah, it's going to be quite boring. I bet there's some interesting things to eat around here, though.
But not the monks.
That's a good idea.
He's just gonna wander around the area.
Wanders away to
grazing.
find food.
Yeah, he's
Snacking. Just like when you walk into the
Over the
kitchen, you're not sure what you're gonna
he'll
eat.
be
Yeah,
around,
you're
he's
just like
opening cupboards and shit, peeking under rocks.
He Teppy stops in front of the door and looks up and goes, "Hello, I've got some visitors for you." As you're kind of coming up, he's talking to the door, and you see the door kind of around the kind of rim and the kind of just general rim of the eyes glows softly, and you hear the door speak.
Teppy. Welcome, old friend.
Hey, yeah, I've got these lot. Just let Tamira know that they're coming in. They want to speak to someone if they could have a little sit down. Light blinds answers.
Please provide the password.
Yeah, the light blinds answers.
Uh-oh.
That password has been changed.
What?
It is a time of woe. The mountain is closed off. That password is for times of peace. But for the safety of the mountain and those inside and outside, another password must be spoken.
He turns towards all of you.
The opposite, maybe. Darkness reveals secrets.
That is not our password.
This is what do you mean? Times of woe.
I have an idea.
Protect everyone outside.
Yeah, what's happened there?
The mountain has been closed off by those within, for the safety of those inside and outside. Only with the new password may you enter.
May I try something.
Be my guest.
Gonna furrow her brow like she's trying to remember.
A whispered fist strikes hardest from the dark.
A password is accepted.
Nice.
Seam in the middle.
Nice.
Flames. I
Oh
remembered.
shit!
It glows all the way
That's
down.
what Spring said to
That
us.
was Spring's thing.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Dude, she's giving us
I'm thinking
every
about
like
The door opens.
every phrase
my
she
God,
gives is like
awesome.
what we need in the next piece.
Yeah.
I remember that when he was talking about
Yeah.
a monastery that worships darkness. I was like, whispered fist. Yeah.
I thought you pulled that shit out of nowhere.
Like, what the hell? You got that?
No,
From an earlier
like a
episode.
we have like a schizo NPC that just says things out of context, and then we just write them down, and then we just use them.
She's got some
becomes
issues. She's
meaningful
been through a
later.
lot.
She's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
She's traumatized.
The mountain entrance leads to a dark hallway, which is quiet and still. Darkness throughout. The staircase leads into the mountain and the hallways beyond. Teppy looks at all of you and goes, right. Well, good job on that. I'm not going to ask any questions, but looks back at the largest at you guys. I don't want to look after him.
Understandable.
Right.
But I might have a way for him to go with you.
Oh. Can you make him small?
Yeah, it's kind of my contingency to kill him.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't like that.
If you want to bring him with you, you can. But I don't know how good he'll be inside there. And don't tell the monks I sent him.
It's fair.
He's sort of a hazard, is the issue.
Oh, I mean, I would also be worried about leaving him loose outside here. Who knows what he'd
How, if you
do.
make him small, how long does it last?
8 hours,
8 hours.
give or take.
Oh.
It's just like that crossroads in like an
Yeah.
RPG where it's like
Do we
you have the
wanna
chance to
bring
bring a
him?
lower level NPC, but there is a high chance they will get fucking vaporized.
Here's the thing, though.
Bring my party.
He could finally eat enough to be full because he'll be small.
Oh.
True. He's like, my tummy
True.
hurts,
I
and he
don't
learns
know
a
about
valuable
that, but-
lesson.
I will say,
It's
if
like
you
the
do
hungry,
this,
hungry caterpillar.
it will weaken you. Your stats will drop
Oh.
probably significantly.
I don't want to be smallest.
That's not how reduce works.
we
An
need
elixir
to-
of shrinking a giant down to a much smaller size? It
Pepper.
does. Actually,
Pepper
in
does
normal,
not
wait, hold
like
on.
it.
Normal reduce already does reduce your damage by a
Yeah.
dice roll.
Yeah, but not your health, right?
This
Just the
would.
damage.
This would.
Okay.
Is that awkward? Because I feel like this is something that would require largest permission to do, but also then you tell largest that you've an ace up your sleeve in case he tries to eat you. So
Am I in this scene or am I like in the background?
You're roaming around
You're
lifting up
roaming around.
boulders
You're,
to
you're
find
like frolicking in the
snacks.
woods right now, dude.
I was like, I'm not involved. in this,
frolicking.
right?
We can like
He's,
hear
like,
you like
skipping.
stomping around nearby,
Yeah.
being like, snacks, come out.
Come out. Come on, snacks.
Why are you hiding?
I don't know. What does everyone think?
I don't think it'll go out of the way.
I like the fella. And if things do go south for some reason, a weaker help is better than no help.
That's true.
I have no opinion, but I don't mind. He can stay.
I'm
Fine.
with me.
All right.
He's our responsibility, so we bring him, right?
It does seem weirdly safer than letting him just sort of wander. All right. Should we yell for him?
Okay, can you use that loud voice thing? I don't know what
He
it
goes
is you
over to
do.
his below his catapult, wraps it up, and leans down. Hey, big fella, over here! And you see him
I
start
just kind of like
detaching
One
this
tall monk
potion
turns.
on the
Did
top.
you mean me?
peek up from like behind a tree. And he comes stomping on over.
Oh, are you guys done already?
About to have his day ruined, dude.
I know.
He lifts
Not
up this
exactly.
the kind of large capsule that was at the end of the catapult, and he comes over.
He's just
He's
gonna
holding it.
shoot it at him.
Maybe
Amazing.
we should ask if he's comfortable with this
Right.
before you just do it.
Just do it. Exactly.
What you got there?
He smiles, looks at you guys, looks up at him.
This is an elixir that if you take it will make you small. It'll make you our size.
Why would I want to be small?
Because potentially there's a lot of food in there and you'd be able to eat a lot of food.
If you are smaller, food gets bigger to you.
Mm.
It's kind of like
Really?
you're growing the whole world around you instead of you getting smaller. Think of it that way.
Oh,
Genius, dude.
That comment actually like fucks his head up. You gotta understand. I got like
He just
I got, like,
sits
this
down.
or
Coming out of
something.
the ears kind of situation.
Yeah, like that really. He wasn't ready for a worldview change like that.
You don't.
As
don't
the
have
food gets
to.
bigger, I'm not getting smaller.
Now, there are also
Would
some.
it be forever? I don't
No,
want to be
it
small
wouldn't.
forever.
It wouldn't be forever, but for that window of time, about 8 hours or so, you would be small. There are also some health risks, such as you probably feel a little bit more feeble than you probably feel right now.
Also, if you jump down a hole like the one earlier, you would die.
You will
Don't
die.
do that.
A lot of things that
No
you did
jumping.
while large, you will die
cannot.
doing while small.
But
It would
only
be
in those
nice
8
to
hours.
know what it felt like to be fastest. It was the smallest of us, you see. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Now I have to warn you. I don't know how small he's gonna get, and there's a
no.
chance.
Right.
This is that nerf moment.
Oh god,
It's
dude.
gonna get
You're
real
like 1
small.
foot tall. Oh no.
There is a chance. It has him going a little
over.
further than you'd expect. It's a prototype. He walks
Just
over.
saying, like,
puts
it's
it down.
small.
He kind of just puts his hand to like his shoulder.
Yeah, sure.
All right, hit
Places it
me.
on the ground. You want me to hit you with it, or do you want to drink it?
Oh.
I could, yeah, I'll just.
Yeah, no.
You can
These
aim
are
it up.
Pippa, stop.
And you swallow it.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you the roll.
Oh
It's a
god.
roll.
Oh
This
boy.
is fine.
There is a chance that you drop down lower. It'll be a Constitution saving throw. However, before you roll that, if you succeed the DC of 15, you will remain as large as your height goes down by 1. On a 9 to 14, you become medium.
Okay.
On a 4 to 8, you become small. On a 1 to 3, you become tiny.
Tiny.
Right, baby.
And you go-
Please.
You do drop
Please
down
give me a
further by
one.
it.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1,
It's a
2, 3.
con throw?
It's con.
Let's go, baby.
11.
He's our size.
You would reduce down to medium though. So not as small as the others, but you can see as you go, and your body starts shrinking and shrinking. To everyone else, this is happening over the course of probably like 6 seconds, but it's the longest 6 seconds where you just don't know when it's going to stop. And it gets past like 20 feet, 15 feet.
What about his tree and
feet.
the zombie dude?
10 feet. Yeah, that's still up there in the air.
Okay.
He's got that little lodge there. And then you appear down at about, I'd still say you're about 7 foot tall. So you're still a decent size.
Still the largest of the group.
Yeah, you're still the largest of the crew. But
I feel different.
That's normal. That's the normal voice.
Oh my god.
yeah, the undead at the top's going, oh no. No, just.
Whoa, it's him. How'd you get up there?
How'd you get down there?
I'm fastest now.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm largest.
Oh shit. Wait, how are you going to
The
carry
circle of
him?
life.
We'll have to find you a new weapon then, I suppose.
He'll have to stay here.
You don't need him to
He
come.
calls the
All right.
shots now.
Well, he's your problem for the next 8 hours.
He's biggest now. He makes the rules.
This voice. What? You're just going to leave him attached to the tree, just like propped up here outside?
Yeah.
He
All
parked
right.
Pippa. Your contact's name was Tamara. Is that what? Tamira?
Tamara.
Tamara.
Timara. Aye, Tamara. But Tamara, sorry. I mean, this place has never had, in all the years I've known it, never had problems.
A time of woe.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that means. Do you know what that means?
No, it's always been welcoming.
I don't like that they said to protect everyone inside, but also everyone outside, implying. I don't know. I don't like it.
Do you think we're not the first ones here?
Why would them shutting off the mountain protect everyone outside unless there was something inside the mountain, right? But then paradoxically closing it off, how would that save them?
What does Morgaine see?
What does Morgaine see?
In the current just
Yes,
vicinity,
yes.
it's just darkness. No magic. Well, you'd see the magic of the door. You can see that's kind of a transmuted door. You can make out that, but it's just darkness, the same as you guys beyond. It seems to be long, dark hallways embedded into the mountain. Well, I'll be out here for a little while. I'll give you the 8 hours, because it's rather, if I don't see him come out in 8 hours, I'm assuming he's grown big in there and he has to eat all of you. So, okay. Anyway,
Okay.
I'll hop back up. He walks back up and he starts wrapping his things up. You can see the hammock goes up to hanging in the air again.
So it's pitch black in here now, right?
Inside the mountain, yeah. And it's also dark outside at the moment because it's nighttime.
Oh.
Pitch black,
It's
like
a pitch black.
dark vision's useless.
No, dark vision just turns darkness into dim
Yeah.
light. So it's like.
But it's not like magic. Is it? It's just like.
No, it's like seeing. It's for dark vision. You see it in visions of grey, so you're seeing like this kind of just greyish wall of it's kind of the way forward, but you only see it up to a certain point. It looks like walking into a very dark room. Whereas for those without dark vision, it's pitch black inside. There's no source of light on the inside.
I can't see.
Do you think it is
Bollocks.
forbidden to bring light in here? Feels like some sort of potential
It feels like it would
taboo.
be rude, right?
I can
It is their entire tenant, I suppose.
I can
To
lead
keep
us.
everyone in darkness.
I can see fairly well.
Right, I can see as well. Also, I might just look through Sistina because she can see slightly better than I can.
Well, are we
She's
meant
got
to
blind sight.
stay here until this Tamara person comes to us?
Mm.
Did we actually ask for her?
He did.
Okay. All right, well, we
What?
can also wait here.
I do not understand how Spring knew what we would need to say.
How does she know anything there, dear, right? She can see. I'm speculating, which typically I don't really like to do, but I wonder if it's like. Do you know how sometimes I can sort of alter what I'm like, right? And it's another version of myself. It's not like what Tack can do, right? Tack is Tack, but in a different shape. Whereas it's an Indrasa from a different reality. And I think sometimes when you can access a different reality, something obviously happened to Spring, right? She sort of, I think perhaps she's a bit jumbled. And so potentially she may be, I don't know, able to see sort of all of the possibilities, right? At the same time. Sort of
In
everything.
many places.
Right. Different
At
times,
once.
different places, just sort of all jumbled up. I don't know. It's just a sort of something I've been thinking about.
That sounds.
Also, we know she's capable of quite a lot, right? I'm sure sort of basic divination is well within her abilities. She may not even know she's doing it.
Tomorrow.
How long do you wait?
Here's down hallway.
Oh boy.
You said there'd be food. Where's the food?
Calm down.
You know what? What if we have one of the cheeses now? Because they're quite large for us.
Oh yeah, you should.
Oh, did you bring the cheese?
Dude, should we start bullying him now that he's our size? It's 5 on 1.
Let's push him.
We're getting just like hip checks him, just like boom.
Didn't see you there. Oops.
Do we,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's great.
do we hear anything, or is it like remarkably devoid of life signs in this place?
I have a question.
Yeah?
Maybe I zoned out when this was happening. When we said the password for the door, when it opened, was there actually someone on the other side
No.
at any point?
It was just
It's
the
like
Because
door.
a
I'm
was
starting to wonder
talking.
if this password is to keep in both people and out people.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Which
Sorry,
is
I had to
scary.
step away for a
No,
second.
you're totally
No,
fine.
it's fine.
It was scary. They implied that it's like
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
Except for the safety of the people outside and inside.
Yeah.
Scary.
So
we
I'm
give
wondering
this, like,
if
10 minutes and then go, because we need to get
Well,
this resolved.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm wondering if something happened to Calig, and now potentially a version of Calig is alive in this thing, and nobody else is alive,
Yeah.
Are we?
Oh.
for
or
those of
something
us-
like that.
For those of us who can see, are we just like in an entryway with like one hall
Yeah, this is
leading
just a
down?
hallway
Like,
leading to the mountain
Just a hall.
like a foray. It's
If-
kind of like a staircase
The
leading up.
new
if this
Yeah.
is just the only hall, I don't know how rude it would be to sort of walk down the hall, right? It's not like this is the only way to go.
The door was opened
The
to
door
us.
opened and there's no one here. So I
So I
would say
think-
that
Then let's walk.
We could be waiting quite a long time, right? If they've got things going on.
and for all we know, someone in there may need our help, and we would be doing the right thing, getting a move on.
Yes.
I wanted to do a hearing check off of Pack's suggestion. 23. My
It is deathly quiet.
Oh, that's sickening. I cannot hear a single thing.
Maybe look ahead with Sestina, just so something is scouting ahead of us.
And I'm not seeing anything, Joe, right?
No.
That's so
That's also freaky.
I will. I'll send Sestina ahead, looking through her eyes.
How far ahead?
So I think she has to stay within 100 feet of me, so I'll just like go in front of everyone, I suppose, and sort of.
The hall that leads.
I'm just gonna go down here a little bit.
You go up the staircase, and there's a hall that leads further down. And it carries on going for a little while before opening into kind of this opening hall. The whole time you're just kind of getting the sense of the walls around you and kind of the general just sense of the actual kind of design and the architecture of this place. It just seems to be empty hallways. There's kind of like benches and seating area in the next opening hall area, along with like some. You can see where the grooves on the walls have like almost braille written into them. You can kind of almost make that out. And
That's cool.
you can feel that there's like basins of water that are kind of be set out almost like to be gathered and kind of people to rest by. A couple of pillows set down here in the opening hall. But 100 feet ahead of you and out to her range of 60 feet, she is not seeing anything.
I relay that.
Oh my.
I think at the very least, right, it seems like a sort of welcoming area or something. We should be fine to walk up there and then keep scouting, right?
Based on what Andrasa saw through Sestina, does it seem like somewhere you could get lost in easily?
Not necessarily. It's more like carved halls. It's
okay,
like a dwarven
not like a maze or something.
No,
okay.
it's designed because it is for all intents and purposes a home to these monks. It just seems like a hallway that leads so it can go into these like formed caverns that have been turned into makeshift rooms. And just at the moment, all you know is there's an opening hall, which is probably only about 40 foot wide and kind of goes on for a little while, but it is like a giant temple almost that you're going into, or not a giant temple, but it's a temple within the walls, an interior, but it just seems absent of life.
So once we get to like the bit with the water and the cushions and all of that, are there multiple exits from that room, or is it just continue on like
it continues
just the one,
on
or?
through that whole hallway towards the front where there's another doorway. A few stairs go up and then kind of a hallway that leads on. A door is kind of shut, but this time non-magical. Once more gains in range.
I guess relay that. If that's the only way to go.
Yeah, this seems like the opening room where
yeah.
clearly is where you'd be greeted.
Right. Well, this is it. This is the only way to go through. So, I guess our choices are to go or wait. I think we're on a bit of a limited time.
I think we should go.
Is the food that way?
Yes.
Yes.
We should go.
There's water around here too, in case anybody needs some. All right. Well, presumably the door. Morgan, do you see anything on the door? Does the door seem all right? Like just a mundane door? Is the door a door?
What do my eagle eyes see?
Ordinary door.
On the door.
It's as dark for you as it is for them.
Yeah.
Oh, freak.
I'm going to say, I'm afraid I've rather no help here.
Yeah, that not now. All right. Walks up to door. Tries the handle.
Yeah, you can open it. Pushes through into a series of 3 tunnels. One that goes straight ahead, one that goes off to your left, one goes to the right. For those who don't see at all, what are you guys doing to see your way through? Because you can see nothing.
Holding hands. arms.
Yeah, I'm holding on to somebody for sure.
Genuinely.
Holding hands.
Largest is just like
We form like a
Yeah.
chain.
feeling around.
Can I then get a
Following any
marching order?
noise he hears.
Marching order?
Yes, please.
I can see 120.
Roll.
Should I go first?
I can do like, I mean, I can do a little bit farther with Sestina because
I can see
do
10. I'll go
160.
not first.
I can't see.
I think
My turret has dark vision.
Ooh.
Nice.
So it could, and it understands
that
me,
mean?
so
So
it
you can
like,
you can
tap
do
me on
like
the
a
shoulder to-
Sestina, yeah.
Yeah, it can point me in the right
You
direction.
can use
Cute.
like eyes. That's so cool.
Carlisle would probably be parallel with V, but closer to the wall because I'd like to be sneaking.
Hmm.
I want to be in the middle.
So I'm actually doing that myself. Not one.
Damn.
Okay.
God
Yeah, you slip into
damn.
the darkness. You're quiet.
There are 3 options. Can I have Sestina sort of peek down each one?
You can. I'm gonna ask Sistine to do a stealth check.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
She can bonus action hide and
My tummy
dim light and
hurts.
darkness. You guys, this dog is being real extra right now. It's really hard for me to tab to the... Dude, not now! Sorry. I'm trying to pull up Sestina's sheet.
Can I try sneaking like Carlisle did?
Yeah, yeah. Give me a dexterity check.
I'm trying this
So
new.
funny.
I got this like new thing.
Although
going
I'm
on.
gonna,
Yeah.
I haven't given you a new sheet yet, but let me see.
7.
7.
Dex scale. That's pretty good.
We're gonna
You
knock
did
it up
great,
by
kid.
plus. You're gonna have a 10 dex, so you're gonna have a flat dex of 8, because you
Oh,
are
that's
smaller, so
generous.
you're less kind of thing. So it would be
It
an
was
8.
only a 13.
You're still pretty loud-footed. You're still getting used to your kind of
I'm
thing.
figuring it out.
Okay, 13. Do you want to go left with her?
And I
right
want to
with her?
sneak like behind Carlisle, like
Now,
ruining
Carlisle
his-
rolled
you
a
won't know
nat
who he
20,
is.
and you
Yeah,
don't have
you have
dark
no
vision,
idea who
so
he is.
Carlisle's gone. He's not
Um,
here with you now.
All right,
Does
Batman.
anyone have a preference which way to scout first?
Left
I
or
literally
Left
can't see.
first.
So
Yes,
Can I do a
we'll do
smell perception
left.
check?
Sure.
What would that be?
Just perception. Wisdom.
No one wants to hear.
3. Do I smell any food? With a 3.
the
no.
cheese.
No.
Are we still carting the cheese
waft
around?
of that fucking
Yeah, you're probably
cheese,
smelling the
dude.
cheese.
It's screwing it all up.
It's this way.
Turn around. Which way do you go first with?
Left. We'll go left first.
You go 100 feet, you're seeing the halls beside you. A couple of side rooms. One of the side rooms has their door removed from the hinges and it's kind of lying on the ground.
Oh.
You get to the end of the
Is
100
there-
feet. Yeah?
Sorry, I was gonna ask if there was any like braille next to the doors or anything that Morgan could read for us.
Yeah, there would be braille on the doorways.
Break room.
And you'd see a,
Teacher's lounge.
Yeah, teachers lounge.
there's a double
Okay,
door.
would like she would read them, but only like, reveal if it was pertinent information. If it was like Janet's closet, she wouldn't say anything.
It's not important. Illegible.
Right now, there's
No,
none on
just
the
go
walls
in
next to you
here.
guys. But if you do follow any of the things now, I do need to know because it's going to change up.
Because Sestina's scouting right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
she's looking down the left tunnel.
Okay, okay.
Hallway, not tunnel.
So a door off of its hinges.
Doorway off of its hinges.
Okay.
Indrasa's
And
relaying
then-
all of this back to
Okay, okay.
everyone.
The doors at the end of the hallway, just about the 100 feet. One of them's open. And Sistina would make out a figure. Bipedal, humanoid in
Is someone
size.
Mm-mm.
The end of the hall.
They seem to be holding something like kind of wrapped around on this bag in front of them, almost like they've got their
I
shirt.
don't know what they're holding.
Like a bump in front of them.
Something in front of that. In front of them, they're holding. I can't. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna start to. Sestina's gonna come back. Slowly.
As Sestina's coming back, the footsteps start coming out behind Sestina running. The figure starts running.
It's coming. It's coming now. And Sestina dashes.
It's rushing behind, coming your way.
Do I need to be able to... sorry, it probably says on the spot. Do I need to be able to see them to use command?
Good question.
I believe so, but
I'd imagine so, yeah.
A creature you can see. Yeah.
yeah.
Just ready that spell.
Wait, as it's coming, should I cast light so that our friends can see in here?
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
V will just reach out.
It's running.
To Tack's shoulder.
Okay.
Or like, does she have like a dagger? Do they have a dagger on them?
I have lots of little metal bits on my clothes.
Okay, perfect. I'll attach
Yeah.
like a little trinket on your clothes and cast a light cantrip on their little trinket.
The light gleams open, then the figure comes into sight as literally the light flicks out, and you see this orc steps through. He's got his shirt colled up with food kind of gathered into it. Oh, he looks worn. He rushes in straight to you and he goes, "Put out the light! It's gonna come through! It will feast!"
Okay.
Put it out, put it out, put it out.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Because we're going to cut on that.
Oh my god.
I'm
Fool, put out the light!
dead. I'm so dead.
Oh my god.
This is
They're hiding out. They've made like a bunker situation with the people that are alive, dude.
That's freaky.
And yeah,
Oh my
we'll
God,
come back to
fine.
this next week. To see the interior of the mountain.
What the fuck?
And what exactly is going down here? That's gonna be fun.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
Largest, aren't you glad that you're small now and you came with?
a step block.
Big and alive.
You will be weaker in your stat block. I mean, you were already a powerful creature beforehand, but you know, not to a point where you'll be weak.
I gotta
should
be
say.
dense, right?
But yeah, I mean, sure. It's
I'm a thick boy.
it's you know, it's the cost
we have
of
like hand-me-down armor for this guy or something. Because
I'm the naked NPC that just
Actually,
like it doesn't.
Oh,
any
wait,
stat
V.
change
I
we
have
give
my-
him is
I
going
have
You
to
kept
him.
yours.
I have my skill mail. We could throw on
There we
I'll
go.
take any hand-me-downs.
as long as I can have it back in case my
Well,
temper
I might
half
grow
plate.
into him. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
True.
Imagine if he grows while wearing it, it
Just pop.
explodes into a million little pieces.
Little scale.
Let me get our good old whatchamacallit, our bingo up. Yeah.
Bingo.
Which has got a lot to do with the rock. So let's see. So if you tune into the stream, you'll be able to see it. But it begins. They've called it "Can you smell what the rock is cooking?" The movie division name.
Incredible.
Problem can't be solved with the violence.
Any problem can be solved with violence.
Did you have any problems
mean,
you guys
we-
overcame without doing violence today?
Not really.
I mean, we tried.
Well, we didn't
really
have
tried.
to kill the
I
rock.
didn't
It's
eat
just
any
Carlisle
merfolk.
did.
Also,
the
you
fish
did.
guys.
Yeah, that's true.
fish
That's
guys.
true. That's true. And I'd say also you did get most of your information out before violence. On the other
True.
one. All right.
Threats
I do feel
and
like
violence.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crafty thinking.
Someone makes a Dwayne the Rock Johnson joke. Nope.
Oh no.
Damn it. Rewind.
Party elects to destroy the rock, accidentally freeze it. No. Carlo does not lose his hat. It probably stayed on the whole time he's doing acrobatics. Underdark detour.
No.
No.
Kind
you
of.
guys- I would say detour. You
bit.
have to go down that way, right? I mean,
we didn't do
no. Yeah,
We
you could have
we
gone.
looked
detour.
at it.
Yeah,
Which I say not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
You have a whole section you can do if you want to go down there. Its own world. Faye gives fetch quest.
He hasn't asked for anything,
No.
which is
No.
the crux of the fifth quest.
Refreshing,
Yeah.
honestly.
That
Yeah.
one, yes.
one,
First
yeah.
roll of the session.
Marching climbing order us, yes. Party finds evidence of demon infestation in the Underleague. Wait, when they say Underleague, do they mean just the portion down below? Not really. No, not the infestation. No.
I wouldn't
no.
say it's infestation, yeah.
Time escape from the pit? No.
No.
Wax sound found dead? No. Faye NPC is just an arsehole? I mean, to
No.
one of you, but
I
not
would say
really.
no.
He was rude to me.
Yeah, he's nice.
No,
baddies?
Are we the
Great
baddies
friends. I don't know
moment?
what happened.
No, the
No.
opposite.
No.
Dream sequence for Morgan? No. Rages for a strength-based ability check? Yes. Chaos
Yeah.
pre-session banter? I don't think you
No.
guys did
Yeah.
any
I wasn't
changes.
here.
No.
Maybe.
Nat
No.
20. Someone takes 30 plus
Yes.
falling damage? Yes.
Yes.
Fast
Yes.
specials on
Wait,
member of
did
the
we get
six.
bingo?
Bardic Inspiration makes
definitely
failed
did.
check
Have.
succeed. No, I don't think so. Pins actually get used. I mean, I technically power gamed you into using them. Used rope, and then I
Yeah.
said that's how you did it. Charm resistance comes in handy. No. Convince the
No.
largest one of his stories is true. No. And then
No, but
30
that's
plus
amazing.
ability check
Please.
gives you a bingo.
It was that easy.
Yes.
There you
Yes.
go. Yeah, good
We
bit.
got
Good solid-
bingo for the first time ever.
Yeah,
No, we
Second
had
time.
It was the second time.
Wait, this is the second time ever.
second time.
First time
Gmarts
ever.
are- Gmarts are good luck.
I'm the
If you say it
bingo
again,
guy.
it might
Good
come
thing you
true.
fell.
First time ever.
Yeah. That's true. You saved your bingo.
Yay.
Oh, wrong one. On this one. So let's go ahead and do our shout-outs. We'll be playing next week, not the week after, I believe, of our schedule. All right, let's give you a shout-out to go for in Drassa OG.
Hi, I'm OLG. This is Pip. She's been a nightmare. She does not get the shout out because she's been an a-hole. Sometimes I tweet stuff. Sometimes I stream stuff. You know how to find those things because you are all very smart. That's
It should come up in the link anyway in the chat. Shayne.
I'm so back, baby.
He's back.
I'm doing a stream right after this. It's gonna be
Hey.
a marathon, just going as long as I can.
Nice.
Damn,
celebrate
let's
dangerous.
go.
Right in, my
Streaming
buddy.
again after 2 months.
That's a long ass time, dude.
Yeah,
The comeback.
that'll be fun.
Breban.
Hi, I'm Bree Bun. Still making my way through Dragon Age Origins. I'm on to Awakening now. And yeah, I
Alright.
still have some other like DLC stuff to do. And now I'll
All
move
good
on to
things.
DA2.
J2's a little weaker.
Dude, Bree, I saw the best clip ever of you just getting like unbelievably
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah.
So good,
Shit was
dude.
so
Joe was
funny.
like, "Oh, I saw this clip of Bree," and I was like, "I remember that. I was also annoyed."
Yeah. So
Oh my
good.
god, I got cooked really hard in
then they
base
made you
game
watch.
Dragon Age. And they made me watch. I was
So
like, are
funny.
you stupid? It was looking right at me. Morgan's blank was
Yeah.
staring me in the eyes while the scene went on. I was
Power
like,
move, dude.
I was
That was
saying,
a real
I
fucking
know.
power move.
Alistair was into it as well. It was so funny.
Betrayal.
So betrayal. Gmart.
Hey, I'm Gmart. You can find me on Twitch.
Woo!
It's true. It, hey,
Shout
it's all
out.
true.
Love that.
Please check out our guest, Gmart, everyone. Then Tomato.
Can't.
Huh?
He can't.
Forgot how.
Can't.
Oh,
Okay.
not
Lost
won't.
ability.
Yeah,
Can't.
no, that's true.
Forgot.
Yeah, I can't really argue
He's
against
silenced,
the
I
lack
see.
of mechanics.
Unable to complete.
Sam.
Sad. Not can't, but won't.
I should never.
That's it.
This is what I gotta do.
It's
I gotta make sure to never put Sam after tomorrow.
No,
if
they're
Sam
like
goes
the
after Dodger,
two
he
troublemakers
behaves.
at the back of the class.
It's true.
Not can't, but won't.
Can we have
Beavis
like
and Butthead over
either?
there.
I either need them to be the start or the end because the
Yeah.
energy that comes into
Then
mine.
it's true. It's
pong.
true.
So
It's-
bad.
It's true. You're not
It's
wrong.
not fair to Dodger. We need a
You're not
ping
wrong.
pong and like just
It's not
randomly.
fair. It's
You're not wrong.
whiplash.
Or at least separate them. Treat it like
Yeah,
so-
that's it. You're going on the other
Yeah.
side. You're going on the other side of
Today,
the.
don't say separate them.
I'm moving tomorrow's portrait over to Shane's one, and you guys are getting swapped around in class. Dodger.
All right, guys. I'm a mom. I don't know if you can tell. You can find me at Dexbonus on pretty much everything. I play games. I also have a coffee company. And we have a new roast with Krendor called Midnight Sloth, and it's pretty good.
Such a good name.
Yeah,
Such a
it's
good
very
name.
cute. But yeah, come hang out. I stream almost every day.
Sweet. And then you'd know me from this channel, everyone. There's a Patreon if you want to see behind the scenes stuff, all of the different mobs and whatnot, along with items and stuff as well. I have no idea what I'm going to stream this week because we beat Divinity 2, so probably just variety until.
Are you finally free?
Yeah, I had a miserable time at the end, though,
Oh,
dude.
we can't talk about it. It's bad. It's a bad scene.
Dude, it's tough, man.
It
it's
rocked
a
my
slog.
shit, and then the entirety of all my
And then
character
it
relationships broke, and it forgot that I made
bugged.
any progress. All of them. It gave me like the bad ending on half the characters. I was
Jesus.
it was fucked.
It was
The
bad.
whole end of that game was fucked, dude.
Like is able to function in the later acts. It just
Holy
feels like
shit.
it constant.
Did not
It
go
was
well.
70 hours to lose. Oh, I'm still mad.
It was sad.
Yeah, it broke me, dude. So we'll be playing something else. Other than that, though,
Hey!
we'll be playing Dungeons and Dragons next week as we dive into the mountains of absent light and see what has got them all
fine.
spooked into these depths.
Seems nice.
We're gonna raid into Shayne now, so he can
Hey!
whip you up with a brand new stream. So once I can click the raid button, go over there, and we'll see you guys.
Not you,
there.
Pippa.
All right. Catch you guys there. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.